So, as a bit of a recap, at the start of the last session, Isla was coming round from attuning with the Stoner Galore, having met this ethereal creature that seems to be taunting him a little bit. He seems to have developed this connection through the stone to this creature, who he's able to talk to and gain some information from. With that, Negan stayed with him while the rest of you headed off to the Yawning Portal. There was an opportunity in the morning to speak to Esville, let her know the plans that you'd found out from Obo in the prison cell, what the Castellances were planning to do at the party. So we're heading over to the Yawning Portal. Morthos managed to worm his way into a bit of a gambling table funded by Thorin, not really understanding the mission that they were on, the task that they were on, and sort of getting involved with a bit of gambling. Isla and Negan following to the Yawning Portal soon after Isla comes round, meeting up with the rest of you at the table to speak to Esville. So then, conferring with the information then between yourselves and Esville, and sort of putting together the plan in front of her, you then decide that you're going to follow up on the strange creature's information and try and locate what was a large, very large, broken tower somewhere in the seaward that Isla had managed to gain information on. So heading over that way, well, before you head over that way, you managed to Tavis managed to find a note appear in his hand from a mysterious stranger sat in Maloon Wardragon's table, his contact with the Grey Hands. And having read the note, it said that Maloon was safe, but he wasn't well, and he was being taken care of, and that the individual themselves had called themselves the Blackstaff. Heading over then into towards the seaward, you then find this ancient broken tower, and outside an activity of wagons and men and what looks like chests at the time, which turned out to be chests of gold, and Castellan men. You then got into a scuffle, which was quite heavy, as we've already alluded to. You managed to defeat the enemy, and then having to make some snappy decisions on the fly in terms of whether you flee, whether you continue down the path that you're on, knowing that you are seriously licking your wounds. You then headed inside the tower itself, barricading the door, managing to bring in some of the wagons from outside and barricading the door from the inside. You then slumped to the floor in this dark, enormous chamber within the tower itself, using the sending stone to speak to Morthos to see whether he will come to your aid in him dropping the card game. And in the dark, about to take refuge, plan next steps, work out where this path is taking you. Thorin, you sit down and feel the, as usual, strange burning sensation coming from the ring on your finger, the ring from your patron. Anything anyone wants to bring up at this point? Happy to carry on.
Got a confession to make.
Okay.
To my confessions.
I didn't save my sheet last time, so I don't know what hit points I'm on.
Well, like I said, there was two healing potions that were used. There was a 10 and a 7. I think the 10 came first, which I think would have been you, and then the 7 would have been, I think, this Spare the Dying would have been on Negan.
Yeah.
There's a heal Thorin for 10 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took some notes and I watched it back.
Yeah, so you'd be on 10 points. Isla would have been on, what did I say, 7? And Negan would be on 1. So, you've managed to find yourselves in this large, really large lower chamber of this tower. And you can see that inside the tower itself is hollow. It's not. You can sort of see right up into. Well, you can't. It's dark, but some distance above your heads. 60 feet above where you now slouch in the dark, you can see that there are 3 pillars in front of you, loading 3 bridges that span from east to west, or west to east. Either way.
The hammers on.
And you can see that they are not in the best state of repair, as much of this tower itself is in the same condition. On the level itself that you're on, you can see that there are double doors surrounding all the way along the walls. Just a set of double doors in an alcove, 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 all the way around. In fact, there are 4 alcoves each side of you with double doors in, which are 10 feet across on each door. And then there are another 2 sets from where you can see down the other end, and it's gloomy down the other end. You for those with dark vision, you can make it out, but it's dark, it's cold, and managing to make this room reasonably safe. It's where you guys pick it up. So, hand it over to you.
So who was it?
Travis
This
had a little look around.
I think we said last time that we were going to take a short rest to give Morphos a chance to get there, and I think most of us could deal with some hit dice.
yes, because I asked if we were going to roll it and we said no.
Yeah. So I think the first things first is those who wish to roll hit dice. Just take a rest because I think we barricaded the door and all that good fun stuff.
Sounds like a good idea.
So Travis will do some stuff while they're doing that because I've no benefit from going in a short rest.
Alright.
Rogue's gonna rogue.
Right.
So do you want me to talk you through what Travis want to do, Daryl, while they're rolling the hit dice, and we can come back to that?
Let these roll the hit dice, because I want to sort of split this up into 2 parts in terms of the actual kicking off the rest, and then what Morphos is doing whilst this is happening.
That was rubbish for me.
Bang average. Let me add some shit onto this. So 8, 16.
I rolled 3 ones in that.
Wow, that's 6. 7.
Rough.
3-1.
Yeah, my hit
I'm on
dies,
the
yeah.
way there.
Whilst you're all counting up, I'll do a little bit of housekeeping before we start, because I've not filled one of these out in a while. So I'll go with Morthos, being as you're sitting there, Paul just hanging on. So what's Morthos's AC?
Sorry, one sec. 9.
9. Hit points?
Wait, are you sure?
Points.
9's pretty low, like.
Yeah, no, it is. Do you
I think it
remember
was. I think it was low when we put him.
when we built
together.
him? He rolled. I rolled badly on everything, so he's very weak. Hit points is 26.
And your passive down the bottom.
Passive is 12.
Tavis AC
15,
hit points
44,
and passive
8.
8.
Yeah. Terrible with
Thorin AC
16,
hit points. Your current hit points.
33.
You got 33 with your rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Passive
14.
Negan AC
17.
hit points. Your current hit
How'd
points.
How many times have you got to roll the dice?
Well, how many hit points? How many? You should have.
1 hit dice per
6.
level. Yeah.
1d
So-
plus 10.
What's the
level.
fighter one? Let me get the book.
My hit dice is 1d plus 1d10.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you'll have 6 of them
one
to
of
roll.
Yeah, 6 of them to
You
roll.
you can choose to roll 1 or 6 or whatever you want. You don't get them back until you've had another long rest.
And then you only get
Oh,
half them back.
But what, I can roll this 6 times and add it all together.
Yeah.
I think that was a D8.
Is that a D8? Is it, Jay?
That.
That's a D10.
Yeah, yes, right.
D10.
Sorry. I just saw the diamond shape and thought, oh, D8.
I'm not that thick.
AC for Isla.
13, 15 with shield.
Hit points current.
41,
Well done. Passive.
16.
$35.
Currently on 35. Nice.
Yeah.
And passive. Underneath your
It's
skills. 11. Okay. Okay. So you guys are, starting to rest up. With that, Morthos, have a think about how you want to get from the yawning portal to wherever those guys are. Have a bit of a chat amongst yourselves for a sec, because I've just got this little job to do. I'd rather get out of the way now anyway, so I won't be, I'll be about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, so, as you guys prepare to rest, Morthos, you, having survived the game at the table, lost and played until you lost whatever remaining money you had, or won and lost, you hear Negan's voice coming through through the stone that he gave you, this stone with a quite intricately carved face into it, asking you to find them. What do you want to do?
So I've got no money. Oh,
I won't say you had no money. I'd say roll a d10.
one.
You got a gold.
Got
Oh
a gold. Okay.
my gold!
So from the so you lost 9.
Okay. So I know where they are. Like I know how to get there. I just,
No.
it's gonna take. I don't know how to get there.
We gave some instructions, didn't we? Seaward, big tower, dilapidated. We gave some key words.
I don't think you did. Before you left.
No, when he'd send it on the sending stone.
I'm pretty sure that we gave them some instructions of roughly where we go and to before we left, and I gave them some instructions within
The sending stone, Jay goes.
I think anyway. But What do I know?
Is Lewis talking to Megan, saying prompts about clues to include to North Aston or how to get them?
Okay. Yeah, what I've just put in mind is that telling him to come to their location. So
Okay.
yeah, there are certain clues to follow.
But like for me, I'd have an idea of where it was. Like if I was to sort of give someone directions to it, I'd be able to.
Well, you've spent some time in the city, so you know where the wards are.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that would depend if you're going on foot, whether you were going to, get a carriage or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that 1 gold probably isn't going to get me there, so I'm going to.
Most of the traveling that you've done so far is paid in coppers. It's not a lot to travel around. It's been normally
Gold's quite a lot, isn't it? Really?
yeah.
Okay.
You're
In that
paying in
case,
coppers.
I'd walk outside the pub and yeah. Can I see any taxis or any carriages?
Yeah, there's always carriages around the Yawning Port. It's always a busy locale within the city. Yeah, so we'll say that getting in the carriage and giving the cab, the driver some instructions, and then heading off and being on your way. Is there anything that you want to do during that journey?
Yeah, I want to cast friends on him,
Okay.
and I basically want to try and convince him to let me ride for free.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's hear your pitch that you're going to roll against. So he says, "Oh, where are you going?"
Well, I explain the general area of where I think it is.
Oh, I know the old tower, the old broken tower. Yeah, it's the old harbour tower. It is. I'll take you
That's
there.
the one. You know the one. Well, this is certainly a fine carriage that you have here, sir.
Thank you. I do look after it.
Yeah, I can tell. And how's business at the moment?
As it always is. As it always is. As people always trying to get around. Are you from out of town?
What makes you say that?
Well, just you don't see. It's a city. You get a lot of people that are coming in and out of town all the time. New people arrive.
As all good cities should be. Absolutely. I am from out of town. And I must admit, the generosity that I have received thus far in this fine city has been second to none.
Well, that surprises me because normally you get none. Absolutely none.
Well, it must be my lucky day then.
Must be.
And I wondered if that generosity could extend to this journey. As you can see, I've lost quite a bit of money in the at the table on the cards, and yes, I need to get somewhere quite urgently. But unfortunately, my pockets are a little light at the moment, kind sir.
So he pulls on the horse, and you feel that the carriage come to a stop, and he's saying, "So you saying you haven't got enough money to pay for this journey?"
Well, how much would the journey be, sir?
7 coppers.
I'm sure we can stretch to 7 coppers.
Good. I whips the horses again, and off it travels. So yeah. So what do you want with the old tower? No one really goes around there much.
Just meeting some acquaintances.
Good. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. If that's up to you, isn't it? Sure there's some nice taverns around there. I don't really know, but yeah. And he starts to veer now in a sort of northerly direction, and then as he starts to go down the main thoroughfares around the castle ward, you start to feel that the roads now start to take you in a more northwesterly direction as you head over into what is essentially the northwest district, which is the seaward, heading towards the coast. You can sort of see that there's various large statues and buildings start to change colours as you head from one district into another.
And what can you tell me about this area and about the tower in general?
The tower, it's an old dwarf fortification from, oh, I don't know. It's pretty old. No one seems to bother with it anymore, but yeah, it dates back to bloody hell. the early city itself.
Dwarves, eh?
Yeah, it was dwarven. Yeah,
Interesting.
you. I know you seem like you don't really know what about Waterdeep at all.
As I say, I'm new in town, and yeah, I guess I'm trying to learn as I go.
Because I mean, if you were wanting to delve under the city, you've probably just left the right place for it. You know, if you want to get in the Undermountain, you know, chance your arm at the fortunes that lie in wait underneath. You know, that's probably your best bet. I don't really know people who really bother with the tower, but hey, this is your ride. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, I've lost enough in one night. I'd like to keep my pride intact as well for now.
Well, people lose more than their pride in the Undermountain.
So I've heard.
So you're traveling for, I'd say, probably about 10 minutes, and the carriage comes to a halt outside of a large sort of paved area. You can see that there are a few trees. There is a fountain, and then in the behind that, then sort of in the sort of centre of this paved area is this huge sort of lower portion of what would have been quite a large, massive tower. You can sort of see that this is sort of 120 feet high. It's broken at the top. You can sort of see that there is ruins where it's sort of crumbled in on top of each other. It's wide at its base. It's absolutely massive, and then you can sort of see that these large sort of houses, multi-story, in some cases even 4-story high houses, then sort of circle it as this carriage comes to a stop. So that'll be 7 coppers.
Absolutely. Now, out of interest, how many does this carriage fit?
You get 6. Get 6 in here.
Okay. And what was your name?
My name is Brendan.
Brendan. Well, Brendan, if I was to ask you to stay here and promised you a gold piece, is that a deal that we could make for this evening? I'm not sure how long I'll be, but for 1 gold, wait here for a few hours. I think that's a pretty good deal.
I'll give you an hour and a half.
Okay, and I'll give you the gold when I see you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Brendan.
No, well, just don't forget I'm here because I'm losing fares otherwise. I could always mine that gold for you if you wanted.
I think I'd feel more comfortable knowing that you were waiting for something other than myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hang on for a gold. Just make sure you're good for it. And yeah, he sort of just gives you a nod, and you sort of see he just he reaches down into a box below his seat, and you sort of see him pull out like some sort of hard bread, and there's a lump of like meat and bit of cheese that he's got there, and Obviously, he's just taking his dinner while he waits.
Nice. Yeah, so I guess get out of the carriage and make my way towards the tower. Yeah, I guess, do I see anything of note? See anything that catches my eye at all?
Roll a perception check.
14.
14. So, yeah, it looks like the scene of a battle. There is 2 bodies that you can see. There is blood on the floor. There is blood streaks in other areas where there is no bodies. There is all sorts of spears lying around and various things. You can sort of see that there has been trouble here.
Okay. Anything that I could like loot? Or notice any sort of coin purses or weapons worth picking up?
Let me see. Let me see 1 sec. Let's have a look. Where did I put it? Just just roll a perception check for me.
22.
22. Yeah, you can sort of see that there's probably about 30 silver, 10 gold.
All right, sweet. Yeah, go and just sort of greedily pick those pockets and, squirrel it away into a little pouch that I've got. Yeah, take sort of one last look round at the chaos and the destruction, and make my way to the entrance of the tower. I guess if there's a noticeable door.
It's huge, absolutely huge door. It's about 20 feet across, 30 feet high. It is large, the sort of double door, solid oak. Yeah, you can see that currently it's closed over.
Okay. Yeah, I guess like, is it locked? Am I able to use force to get it open?
Well, what do you want to do?
Just try and open it.
You just try and push it. You push against it. You can feel like a bit of a rattle, but
Okay. Right,
just roll just roll a stealth check for me.
Okay. 4.
For everybody inside, you can hear the rattling on the door. If you are just inside of the door, inside the entrance, then you'll be able to hear that, depending on where you are.
Okay.
Would you say that this is whilst people are still doing a short rest? That doesn't matter, does it? They're not asleep.
No, because a short rest is a minimum of an hour,
Yeah.
and you're not doing anything that's labour intensive. So if you were sitting there reading a book or chatting or whatever else, you're just literally just resting up, eating provisions, whatever it's going to be. So it's not like you're asleep. You're healing wounds and dressing wounds or whatever else you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'll try and use a bit of force to open it. Just like take a step back and push my shoulder up against it.
Make a strength check for me. Make a yeah, just make an athletics check.
13.
13. You put your shoulder into it. Yeah, it's not budging.
Guys, there's someone at the door.
As that happens, I just sort of ready my axes, sort of a little bit on edge, after.
Yeah, I'm gonna find some cover.
It's probably Morphos, right?
Don't know.
I'll go up to the door.
So you've barricaded this now with a wagon, haven't you? You've pushed a wagon up against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get as close as I can to the door.
Okay.
And kind of in a hushed tone. I've no impression of whether or not I'll be able to hear through this, but I'll just go like, stage whisper. Don't know if you can hear me or not.
Would I hear that?
Roll a. It's not really. Roll a performance for me. For
Yeah.
Tavis.
7.
It's a bit quiet.
I pull up a little piece of wire and cast message towards the door. Morphos, is that you?
Yes. Hello. Where are you?
Hang on 1 second. It's Morphos. Get that wagon out of the way.
Yeah, I'll start hustling to open the door.
In my confusion, I go to take one last big push of the door. Athletics again.
Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
2.
You trip on into the inside. You collide with the wagon, just narrowly missing Tavis. You manage to right your foot in.
Just stumble in and take a look at everyone and just sort of say,
Be fucking quiet, for God's sake.
"You guys look like shit. What the fuck happened?"
Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
So
Some of us were in a fight.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
can see
the
that.
pot calling the kettle black from the state we found you in prison.
Let's get that door
Well,
barricaded again. There's enough of this.
Hold on a
Yeah,
second. You mean we're staying here? I've got a carriage for us. We can literally leave. I've got him waiting.
We're not done here.
We're not done.
What do you mean we're not done?
We
Just
didn't go through
Get
all
that door
just
barricaded
to
and we'll
leave.
talk. And I'll head over to the door and start pushing the wagon back in front of it.
Yeah, I'll help.
Is someone going to explain what the
Just give it a
fuck
minute.
is
Let's
going
get
on,
secure.
please?
Give us a minute.
Okay, I'm just obviously a little bit concerned that we're getting barricaded in here.
Yeah, well, did you see what was out there?
All I saw was some dead bodies, which aren't going to do much, and Brendan, the cab driver.
First name fucking terms.
Brendan's not going to.
We met you in prison. We looked like what we looked like. What did you think you were getting into here? We're not a travelling fucking carnival.
I mean, yeah.
Have a seat. Take a minute. We'll get this place secure. We'll tell you what went down. Bide your time.
Okay. Fine.
Help with shutting the door and that.
Yeah, it takes a few minutes just to barricade it all up. Stick a couple of rocks under the wheels just to make sure that you're bracing it up against the door itself. So that takes a few minutes to do, and you can resume your rest if there's anything that you wanted to do or discuss.
Could I do a bit of what Tavis would have done before Morphos got there?
Yeah.
So, wanted to have a look around the wagons. I kind of wondered if we'd have brought the bodies in with us. We didn't specifically say we did. We said the wagons.
Mm.
If there were bodies inside, I would have looked into them. But I've done that, they're not. So
I kind of, the way I sort of seen it was this was all done in haste. That someone could arrive at any minute and it was quickly get in. There was a
Did we not throw a tremendous amount of shit into the portable hole?
Did that?
you threw
specifically.
two chests, I think.
So the other thing that Travis would want to do is throw out that portable hole again whilst everyone's resting, and have a proper look into those chests and see have a proper rummage and sort of investigate around and see what's actually in there.
Okay.
Just a better look at them as well. Is there any insignia on them? Is there any sort of demarcations of them? Anything that tells me any more about them, basically?
Okay. So yeah. So where you putting the hole?
So I feel like there's like a lobby area, just like in
It's
the middle.
huge. Yeah, there's a huge space. You just put it on the floor.
Just far enough away from everybody, but yeah, floor.
Okay.
I've
So
already have a little fly around to kind of have a look, and I already checked there was nobody else that I could perceive anyway that was around, so it felt safe to do so. So yeah.
Yeah. Sort of done his lap, and you managed to sort of through these owl eyes, although he's the colours of a magpie. You managed to sort of get a rough idea of the architecture of the building inside. Taking out the portable hole, you pull out two of the chests or the two chests or one chest or whatever you wanted to do in terms of pulling out and having a look at it. Chest really that you're looking at is specifically used for the likes of money, specifically used for the likes of the shipment of finances and whatever else. So this is a half size chest. It's not like your typical sort of traveling chest that you get your sword and armor and things like that in. It's more of a smaller chest. Insignia wise, marking wise, just a chest from what you can see.
And having a rough guesstimate about how much gold is in. I think we definitely said we pushed 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the others would be. Would they still be on the carts then?
From what you've seen, there was 2 by the door. The other wagon that you were fighting around, that looked like it had just arrived when you arrived. It looked like it was just, and then there was a wagon that was pulling off. So as far as chests outside, there was the 2, and they were the ones closest to the door.
Okay. So yeah, just trying to have a rough tot up of what's in it. Is it
Just make
purely gold or anything else?
make an investigation, and then if you let me know how long you're prepared to spend working on this task.
Got a 17 for investigation, and I'd be willing to. I don't need to do the rest, so I'll spend at least half the time doing this. So at least half an hour.
Okay, so this chest weighs a lot. In order to get it out, you would probably need, just to mention, we probably need Nagan. This is the equivalent of £130 in weight. Just one chest. Spending the time lifting the lid and seeing the gold that's inside, making some piles, and a bit of a guesstimate in terms of how much is contained in there. You would say it was approximately 6,500 gold pieces. Which would make it 13,000 gold pieces between the 2 chests that's in there currently in the portable hole.
Yeah. Travis is pretty shell shocked. He's seen good amounts of gold before in his time, but nothing.
Not to that degree.
Nothing like this. And he actually I'm actually weighing things up and thinking about what's going to happen with this gold. And he really fights an urge to pocket a chunk of it that he thinks he'll get away with. And then just decides there's more on the line than this. And leaves it back all where it is and folds the portable hole back up.
So placing the chest back down, Yeah, so 10 foot it back into the chest again will require Negan and a lot of help from others to try and get these to the bottom. Like it says, £130 per chest with 13,000
So
gold dragons.
Cool. Like, yeah. So we'll just play that out a little bit. We'll like, Megan, give me a hand with these chests.
Yeah, right. So I'll have to jump in, wouldn't I, again?
Yeah, you'd have to be in there and sort of relaying it into it, but with a bit of care and a bit of time, there's no role for it. But you
Yeah.
managed to manoeuvre the chest into position.
So
Man,
gingerly walk in.
Have you ever seen this much fucking money?
No,
I guess it's no wonder those guys were fighting like they were fighting.
well, I feel like we're going to have a lot of eyes on us either way now.
Well, at least we can keep it hidden with this for now.
Yeah, but it's a lot of gold to keep hidden. I'm hoping there's not many more people like that we have to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking rough.
Maybe we buy the new pub across the road.
Forever the entrepreneur for I'm here thinking about surviving, and you're turning a profit somewhere.
Money comes and
I'll tell you
goes.
what. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be investing in that guy Morthos much more. I think that's 10 gold you'll never see again. To be fair,
Yeah, it makes him happy.
is that what you're about? Making people happy?
Sometimes.
You
kept me
see,
busy.
as actually just roll a perception check for me, for Tavis, please.
Our best skill. Yeah, but a 19 means it's a 17.
You can see that although Thorin is just talking normally and yeah, he seems okay. You can see that subconsciously there's a lot of play with the ring that's on his finger and a lot of clenching of his fist.
Okay, Tavis has had some experience with that ring, and I think he just probably puts that down to a bit of nervousness and Thorin trying to come across cool. But Travis thinks he's not super cool right now. He's like, just lets him get away with it. Like, yeah, sure. Always got an eye on an angle. Always got an angle. But that'd be it in terms of what I was thinking of doing. Just quite simple. I wanted to make sure what we're dealing with.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything during the rest?
Not during the rest. At the end of the rest, I'd like to just ask everyone just to take another 10 minutes while I do detect magic. If that's alright.
Yep.
I cast detect magic. Just check how far it gives me.
30 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, 30 feet in front of me.
Up to 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll take a walk around and go near these doors and see if I can sense anything magical from any of these doors.
Okay. Walking around the doors and sort of looking around the pillars themselves, you don't see anything giving off an aura of magic. There are. Let me just have a look. there are 12 sets of double doors. Literally, the whole of the walls is just lined with double door, double door, double door.
All right. Okay.
As you're walking around. In terms of vision, this is dark.
Mhm.
So as you sort of moving away from the party where there is a little bit of light coming through from where the door is, like just through gaps and stuff like that, you're starting to get into really some sort of dark areas. So you can see there's a bit of gloom that's coming from sort of a broken and above, but everything's in silhouettes. The bridges that are spanning above you are in silhouettes. Everything's just
Okay. I'll head back to the party.
Okay.
What's the plan, guys?
You still haven't explained what the fuck is going on. So before we do anything, can you please tell me what is going on?
Do you really want to know,
Right.
or do you just want it to be a surprise?
I've had my fair share of surprises in some of those doors.
Or were they not nice?
We were in a fight. We won. But it was tough.
And now we're doing what exactly?
I mean, your man in the taxi was right outside. You don't. We called you because we probably needed help. We probably need your help.
Okay.
You're not forced to stay. You can go if you want.
I bought the taxi so we could all leave together as a party, but I'm willing to provide whatever help that I can in this situation, considering I guess we can't really get out now.
We could get out. We're trying to help some people. We don't know exactly how to do that, but we strongly believe we need to pursue this route. We need to head further into this tower. We need to figure out what's down here.
We're following
And
a
it's going to
treasure
have some
map.
clue that will help us.
That made so much more sense than whatever this guy was talking about. So, treasure, I've got a 500 gold piece debt to pay. So if the treasure at the end of this, then let's go. Let's do it. Show me the way.
To Amarillo.
Isla, we need to push on, right?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Oh.
what did you get any idea what else we're gonna find down here? What we need from here? Any
So
clues?
we're just going to glaze over the fact that he owes a 500 gold debt without asking who or what for.
From getting out of the prison. Well, I told you that already.
Yeah, I don't listen to you.
Okay, well, we'll fool you then.
You did tell us about the
Yeah.
debt.
Yeah, I don't know. The last 10 minutes feels like a month and a half.
Been a lot. Been a day.
It's been a day.
Right. What's
What did you get any clues like what we're looking for down here? Is there like what we still need to push on, yeah?
Yeah, there's still something in here that will, that has some use.
Anything in particular?
Just what? what we're looking
Need.
for.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what we need. How or what that looks like, I'm not too sure, but we need to go on. We need to be wary. I mean, how much gold was there?
A tidy sum. There's going to be loads of gold in here.
I was about to say a tidy sum, or what we were expecting to find.
Nowhere near that amount
Okay.
right now. But who knows how long those wagons have been coming and going. And to that end, I suppose time is pressing with this if they're going to come back.
And with that, are there any paths forward that it looks like? Obviously, there's 3 paths that you said were up, above, and overhead. There's 6 alcoves from memory. Was it 2 each side and 2 at the end?
Yep.
So, any obvious signs of tracks of where the people have been coming from with these carts of gold? I'm going to assume that it's been quite dusty and stuff in here, so there'll be like some tracks to indicate a direction.
Roll perception. Your dark vision.
I'll use light cantrip. 15 plus stuff. 21.
21. There is quite a lot of marks in the dust. Pretty much around where you see a door, there is a sort of congregation of footprints going in different directions, and sort of going from sort of one door to another, crisscrossing. It looks like there was a few people have spent a bit of time in this room,
Okay.
from what you can see.
We got a clue, didn't we? 3 bridges, 3 dwarves, only 1 correct path or something like that. Is that right?
Yeah. And that the door requires light.
I mean, I'm going to guess if these have been in and out for however long.
Well,
As you
we can.
pointed out, there are some tracks. Like, we should go
Well,
that way and follow that.
Let's
Like,
go. Let's go one step at a time and go through that door. Go towards that door.
yeah, let's do it.
Just be careful. Keep an eye out for any traps or anything like that.
Yeah.
So which door are you heading to?
The one with all the footprints.
That's what I'm saying. There's in front of the doors. It looks like round each door there has been movement, going from one door to another or crisscrossing across the room. So the concentration of footprints seems to be in front of these doors that you can see.
No particular one.
All right.
A lot of them.
Don't know. Can I go to each door and just use my light cantrip on or around the door to see if any of them show something that is different, or a symbol or something shows up with use of the light?
Yeah, just starting. What are you going to do? Clockwise, anti-clockwise?
Going with start on the left.
Start on the left. Okay. Yeah, you get to the first set of doors, which are heading back out the way that you came in. You shine light across it. You don't see anything that stands out, symbols, anything that glows, anything that's that's appearing, let's say, magically or anything like that.
I'll just move on to the next. I'll just do it and go around all the doors just to see if any of them are different whatsoever. Looking for dwarvish symbols or runes or anything like that, and I can speak dwarvish.
As you sort of head your way around, you can see that these doors are very much identical to the last. But walking round and purely light on the door, no change, nothing that you can distinguish.
I'm going to say just back by the where we were, or whatever, say Thorin, I'm gonna try and check it out with Saw and see what's up there and see if we can figure out a way from up there to get back down here, thinking that these bridges are probably key. And then I'll go into the trance with Saw and fly through Saw's vision and go. I want to have a look at the end of each bridge and see if that leads to a passageway and see if Saw can like retrofit to figure out how to get up there from down here.
Okay, so as you so let's say that you've come in. Well, you have come in from the south. Okay, so the door that's behind you, the one you've barricaded, is to the south. As so, just make a perception for us, please.
18.
18. So
Dark
yeah,
vision,
he sort of swoops and glides, and being an owl, there's just absolute silence as he's moving off towards the bridges. Are you alone in this trance as you look through Saw's eyes, or?
wanted to go by Thorin and kind of just ask him to keep an eye on me.
So as the Saw flies north, you can see that he crosses the first bridge. So the first bridge passes below him. You can see that it's crumbling. From the left-hand side, so the west side, you can see that there is what looks like a long and extended balcony. It is just a stone floor roof. There is no railing or anything like that. It's just a sheer drop from that height. You can see that the roof above it is held up by 3 identical war hammers. The hammer itself, the head of the hammer, on the floor, the handle holding the roof up. As he flies over the next bridge, you can see that these bridges are spanning from that balcony, that open area where the warhammers are, and each one crossing to the other side of the room. So what would be the east side and the right side of where you're at now.
Yeah.
You can see that these bridges are about 5 feet in width. They're spanning a distance of about 45 to 50 feet across, being held up by the pillars that are currently in your location in your room. And you can see that on that side of the wall, on the east side to your right, you can see that that is just one smooth wall all the way down to where your level is, Liz, where it's then carved the alcoves. Each bridge seemingly going into this just flat wall. You can see that what terminates at the end of the bridge is a single door on each one. 3 doors built into this smooth stonework.
Anything different about the doors? Are they wooden?
To
Does it
do
all look
that,
the same?
yeah, well, I'd say that you could see that it was metal, that these were metal doors.
Okay. But do I see anything that distinguishes one from the other? Anything around them? Any demarcations? Any images? Any script?
Nope, the doors all look identical. As you fly over the next bridge, you can see that this one has got a gap. This one's crumbling. There's about a 10-foot piece of the bridge missing, and similarly on the last one, although complete, it is crumbling in one of the sections, just like it is on the first. So these are old ruin of bridges, and they are think Khazad-dûm in Lord of the Rings, and you're not far off.
And at the opposite end of the 3 bridges, is there any Is there any further passageway or stairs downwards that indicates how you get into that platform?
No, not from where. Well, it depends on where you're flying. So you've got this open sort of balcony area where the hammers are, but then it's just a sheer wall on the other side where these
Wall
doors.
on the east side.
Yeah,
On the western side,
yeah.
the other end of the bridges, is there any? Can I notice any way up? How you
It
get
depends on how close you want to.
like yeah, super close. I'm not being shy at all with Saw. I'm quite happy to go right up and perch on the bridge and have a look at each end of it and try and figure out what the situation is.
So guiding Saw now through, you turn and you glide into where this balcony is. You feel that there's this sort of enclosed space. You can see
I'm like in like a tunnel then.
it's like a tunnel, but it's open on one side.
On one side,
And then you got these three
bridges
hammers in
are.
the centre holding up this part of the tower itself. You get this, but Saw's not slow. Yeah, you get this sort of glittery, sort of shimmer in your vision to your left, to the west side of that far wall. You can see where each bridge then spans and starts to span over the gap. And then as you come towards the end, you can sort of see that it comes to a bit of a stop and a bit of a wall. And as you're about to sort of pull back out into the main opening again to come back to you, fly back over the bridges, you can see that there is a door in that wall, in the west wall, with what looks like it could maybe be a stairway or something like that you can see.
Would that be by the first, second, or third bridge away from where we are?
That would be at the very far end, so that'd be past the third bridge.
And is that door shut?
It was an opening, from what you could see. It was just like a curved stone opening.
Okay. I don't know how far I can go with this. I'll probably need to relook at by potentially fly down that opening. If I can.
While he's looking that up, looking up at the
100 feet.
bridges, which there's doors along each side of us, isn't there? Is it 6 doors each side? Yeah. Which doors are the bridges above?
So where you've got the bridge actually falls in between two of the sets of doors. So if you were to look at it sort of flat on, you'd have double set of doors, bridge, double set of doors, bridge, double set of doors.
Okay.
And the same on the other side as well.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've taken that further than I should have taken it down as a player in terms of there's 100 feet that I can see and communicate telepathically. The spell's not clear in terms of how far I can see. It says within 100 feet I can communicate telepathically. It's not clear if I can still see through its senses further than that or not. So,
well, you've had the information. I think that you were really on the limit in terms of I think the length of the actual hallway that you're in is is 65 feet. These bridges are 60 feet in the air. So again, we're back to trigonometry again, aren't we? So
yeah, I'm pushing. I'm at the
you'd probably be pushing it, yeah.
With the telepathic link, yeah. We can figure out afterwards if I can still see. We can do that outside. Okay, so I'll snap back into myself. We saw probably perched up there, communicate telepathically to tell him to squawk loudly if he sees or hears anything. Tell the guys what I've seen and mapped out, and it seems to be a door at that far eastern corner bridge. There seems to be a sort of a way that we might be able to get up to the bridges.
Okay.
From what we heard, it seems like we need to. That's the way we need to go towards these bridges to try and get through.
Do you think you'd be able to send Saw? Just command him. You don't need to necessarily see what he sees. Just tell him to follow that down until he can't go no more, and then just start squawking wherever he is when he reaches wherever he stops. See if we can figure out which door he's behind.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll just communicate with Saw and say, head down that passageway. Try and go down and make your way back to us. When you can't go any further, try and let us know.
Where is the find familiar rules? Is it in the player's handbook?
It's just within the spell, yeah.
I think you can command it to do something, and then
to read it.
when it comes back, you can then share those thoughts telepathically. I just don't. I think once you're out that 120 feet or whatever it was, you lose your connection, but it can still carry on doing its own thing.
It's a bit vague.
Okay, given the sort of last command, let's have a look.
Do you want the passive for the owl?
Yeah, well, how far can it? Has it got dark vision?
120 feet and passive 13.
Well, it's 120 feet in dim light, isn't it? This would be pretty pitch.
Yeah, whatever you think. It's dark vision 120 feet, what it says.
Yeah, this would be pretty dark. There'd be like no light there really.
Yeah. With dark vision, it's like 60 feet in dim light or 30 feet in complete darkness, but it's black and white.
So it'd be 120 in dim or 60 in darkness. It is an owl. It hunts in the dark.
Okay. I would say that it's some nervy moments before you start to hear in the far left-hand corner. You start to hear vague sort of hoots of the owl.
Yeah. There we go.
Let's head over.
Let's head that way, guys.
Everyone coming?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hells yeah. Thor deserves a treat. Rumming in the pockets of the jerky. It's getting a bit of feedback there, is that me?
Don't know.
No?
Yeah, I had a little bit.
It's gone now. Right, let's get down there. Start making our way down to where we hear the squawking.
Okay. Yeah, you head down. You listening out. Yeah, you're in the bottom left-hand corner of the room. You can see that Oh, I'm getting a lot of feedback now.
It's off Paul's.
Looks like it's Paul. Yeah.
Have you got headphones, Paul? Or...
See if I can take them out. Let me just mute myself and I'll see if I can grab them.
Just give him a second.
We can have a chat if you want, Daryl, about Find Familiar another time. I know Liam and Matt on Critical Role agreed some things about Frumpkin, didn't they? And I think we need to nail it down.
Yeah, probably need to just have a look at like sort of a shorthand way of knowing, because it's almost like a dome, isn't it? Like a dome that you can operate within, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
kind of just sort of working.
There's elements to which I can do the telepathic link, but then what can I do beyond that, if anything?
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think it just needs a little bit of
Yeah,
a little
iron it out.
bit of work.
Talk.
There you go.
Yo.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
It definitely has taken more than 10 minutes, and Thorin's not got detect magic still.
No, that's fine, I reckon.
Yeah.
If we're heading up to that, where we hear the noise coming from the hoot hoot.
Yeah, that's alright. I can recast it. It just takes 10 minutes to cast. I don't think we need. I've already been around this door, so it's nothing
Okay, should be good.
magical against it. Just unless you want to check it for traps.
I'll do that. I'll have a little look. I'll have a little look at this. Is it a door we've come to, not just an opening?
So in this corner itself, you've got 3 sets of double doors. So you've got 2 on the east wall and 1 on the north wall for this particular corner. Well, it's the same for every corner, really.
And do we hear Saw behind a particular one?
Make a perception check.
Can I help with that?
You can give advantage to him, yeah.
No, I don't know. 3.
Yeah, it's hard to discern with all the echoes and the fact that he's in another room to where you are.
Well, let's just check one of these 2 on the side.
Okay, I'll sit down and do the telepathic link, because they're now well within 100 feet of Saw, and get Saw to use his beak and scratch on the door. And I can speak. I'll say, listen for a scratching sound.
Yeah, you hear it coming off to one of the sets of double doors to your left, on the left-hand wall.
Okay.
So
This is
I'll
right in the
snap that.
corner of where you
Right,
sent.
which one was it? Which door was it?
So you're currently hearing it in the corner door on the left, on the east wall.
Okay, I'll go up to that door and try and have a little look around and check if there are any traps or anything like that.
Yeah, it's roll investigation.
20.
Not that you can see. There doesn't seem to be any hidden mechanisms or Any wires or anything like that?
Looks safe enough for traps. Do you want to try and open it, Negan?
Yeah, let's do this. Can I just pull out, do a crowbar or sort of?
I mean, you could just try pushing it open first.
But yeah, right, yeah. I want to give it a good old push.
This is where it's pull.
A bit of it. 17 plus 23.
So putting your shoulder into it.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
To 21.
21. You see this door literally rip off its hinges. There's nothing behind the door. There's no real force to it. He just absolutely barges in. There's a huge clatter as the door strikes the wall that's sitting behind it, and you can sort of see
Okay.
that you're.
DM, serious question.
Is Saw
Yeah.
okay?
What happens to Saw?
Roll for damage, I would say. Let's have a look. I
E-
mean, it's only got 1 hit point anyway, hasn't it?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
I would
Okay.
say that. I'd say that hit point. Yeah, that the Saw gets absolutely mashed behind it.
Oh.
In fact, actually,
Or Dex, I don't know.
roll a percentile, Jay, please, for Negan, please.
Roll a what?
The percentile dice, so your 100, your 2 10s.
Well, so roll the one with the hundreds on it.
Yeah, and then one with the one with the singles
Oh.
on it. That'll give us a percentage.
Does it need to be high or low?
We'll find out.
It's either 1 or 100, I think.
But it was 90 and then it was 6 on the other one.
It's a 96. So yeah, he takes the door out. He took the right door. Unfortunately enough, Saw was behind the left-hand door. So there's a fluttering of feathers and a squawk as this door goes flying and careering into the wall. But yeah, Saw's okay.
Good job, Saw. And I'd take an action to pocket dimension him and snap him away so he disappears completely. He's like he's had his time in the real world.
Yeah.
I do the same to my shoulder. Good job, shoulder.
You're in a room, but this room is pretty dark for those that struggle to see in dark places. This is really dark. For those that can see, you can make out that you're in a relatively small chamber, maybe about 30 feet from where you are. That looks like it's just a corner, like a stone corner, but you struggling to sort of make out any true details.
Could do with a bit more light in here.
Yeah, I've still got light up. I'll just go over and shine it in.
You go in through the same door that Negan's just taken off Isla, and you can see that in this corner of the room is this fresco on a wall, sort of spanning the two corners, and you can see that there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of shimmer and shine in the tiles that have been used to create it, and you can see that this depicts a battle on what looks like dwarves and also goblins and goblin kin. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
And then for everyone else that's behind Isla, I need a marching order.
I'll go behind him.
I was pretty keen. I'd be fairly up and involved, I think.
Yeah, I'd have been Right behind Tavis.
Okay, Morthos.
Yeah, just at the about the rear, I suppose.
Morphos enjoys the rear.
Beep, 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 beep.
Bow-bow-bow-bow.
Is it to do with being frightened or anything?
No.
This was
Thanks,
wise
yeah.
as fuck, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a pretty good roll, to be fair. But I get advantage against being frightened. Wisdom save 19.
19. You look at it and it's really detailed. It's a great piece of artwork, and you get the sense that this is really depicting a moment in history. Okay, so who was behind Isla? Okay, Negan, make a wisdom save for me, please.
Would I get the feeling that it's trying to do something nasty?
No.
This is not going to go well for Tavis.
Oh, wait, it's a 9. 7. No, 8. Sorry, -8.
Okay. Who's behind Negan?
Tavis.
Tavis, wisdom save.
Ooh, the roll isn't terrible. The score is 14.
Okay. Who's behind Tavis? Is it Thorin, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
19.
Wisdom save. 19. And Morthos?
18.
18. Right. I'm going to pinch Lord Negan for a second.
What's going on?
Bye-bye, Negan.
There's anyone we don't want to be solely turned against the rest of us. It's that guy.
He's not
What
that
was
big.
his what was his role?
9,
9.
8.
Oh, okay. Shit.
And that would be a fail.
I've done a good job with a -2 modifier to wisdom to say.
Yeah, the only... I can't even do anything
Got
with,
a
like...
restoration thing.
Yeah, it doesn't cover... Well, it covers blinded, deafened, paralysed, or poisoned, so it doesn't cover a great deal.
Wisdom.
None of those are really wisdom. Wisdom's like frightened, charmed,
Yeah.
Charm, isn't it? Yeah.
stuff like that, isn't it?
Did you cast friends, Paul, on the cab driver?
I try to, yeah.
Don't know if that played out. RP.
I don't think it played out either. I had to pay the coppers for the ride. Although to be fair, I've not paid it yet, so.
Aye, true. But
But I don't think
the
the
driver would
spell
have
worked.
realised you cast it after a minute.
That's a good point.
He'd have been like, "What the
Unless he
fuck are you
was the
casting spells at me
fastest,
for?"
the fastest taxi driver in Waterdeep.
Ernie. We drove the fastest milk cart in the West.
Did you... Who said that room was it 30 foot? Or was it more? Less?
30. I
I
heard
think he said
30.
30 feet.
So, did you go up to every door?
In
In the
oh no,
main room.
the big room was huge.
The big room's massive.
No, but did you go up to every door in the main room when you had Detect Magic on or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, if there's anything magical,
Yeah, it should have picked it up.
it should have picked it up.
Behind the door.
Yeah, because it's only got to be within range. But you found nothing, did you? So it's not
I
magical.
found nothing.
I don't know. If you go up to the door, and then the chamber is 30 feet, and you're behind the door, and the door's at least 6 inches. I don't know.
It could have been something that was triggered when we walked in.
A glyph or something. Well, we'll see when Negan tries to murder us all.
Well, there's every possibility of
So
that
where-
one, so.
Where's this this artwork or whatever it is? Is it opposite us as we walk in, or is it to the left or right?
Didn't quite get that, but
I couldn't quite figure it out, to be honest with you.
in my head, it's on the far wall. Kind of feels like that makes sense. Ship's about to go down.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, yeah, you all take a good look at this fresco, and just sort of having a look around. You can sort of see that this room actually extends to your left, past the next set of double doors, which are in line with the double doors that you were at. So both sets of those double doors would have entered this room. And you can also see that at the opposite end, so heading back south, you can actually see that there's what looks like a set of stairs just sort of creeping round at that lower end of the other end of the room.
Okay. Oh,
Gotta
should we
be
go up the
It's got to be the
stairs?
stairs. Yeah, it's got to be the stairs.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you head to the stairs. This is sort of carved in the actual rock and built into the masonry that's formed this tower. Marching orders for the stairs.
I would have happily led off in that direction.
Okay, so Tavis.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, Thorin.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Isla.
Big man?
I'm going to stay here.
Why?
You could
But-
probably do
but-
with your support.
I was about to say, there's probably like skulls to crack in the next room or something, so.
I feel like I need to be here.
What for?
Just feels like it should be here.
I might stay here as well.
What?
Why, Morphle?
Don't know. Just feel like staying here.
You guys got something going on?
Thorin, when you were by this door, like, was there anything magical coming through this at all?
No, not that I could sense.
It had dropped. That's what we'd said before you got into that corner. Oh, you actually used it. It dropped.
Yeah, but
Can
I thought I'd done a lap of the room earlier.
No, you hadn't gone past halfway. I made sure to confirm.
Oh, right,
that.
okay. Sorry.
You got as far as the first
My-
bridge before the light started to dim, and then you headed back.
My misunderstanding.
Can you take some time out and see if this shit's magical?
Yeah, if you want. Just give me
Yeah.
10 minutes.
While he's doing that, I'll pop Saw back into our material plane and ask Saw to head up. I'll say, Isla, just keep you steady, and I'll ask Saw to head up this stairway and see what I can see.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You guys see me pull out a book and just sit there, go through my book and drawing some runes and stuff, and 10 minutes later I will have Detect Magic up.
So you're casting as a ritual, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 minutes he's casting that then. So Tavish, you're heading upstairs with Thor.
Well, using saw, and I was going. Basically, I would go catatonic. I can't
Oh,
see or hear, and I asked Isla to hold me steady, and he said
it
no.
is. It doesn't.
So I'll probably be just stood there like this. If there's any reason that I would fall over, I'll fall over, and if not, I'll assume that I'm like that. I can't.
So following Saw, it's a state. Once you turn and start to head up the stairs, it sort of keeps to a straight line, and then it comes to an opening, and that opening leads you to the balcony area, where you can see that the roof is being propped up by hammers, and the length being spanned by bridges.
Cool. And I'll pop back into me and say, "Thanks a lot, mate." What was
Not a problem. I want to go and look at this. What is it? Fresco. It's a
Mhm.
picture.
Yeah, it's like tiles, like little tiles all put together to
Okay.
make it.
Are there
It's
any?
a way, by the way, to the bridges. There's no issues. We can just go straight up. It's fine.
Yeah, but these two aren't going anywhere. Is there anything about the fresco that's written in Dwarvish, or would my general knowledge of being able to speak Dwarf and having some slight history, would I know of any tricks or anything like that? Any clues?
So what is it that you're looking at? You're looking at the fresco itself to gain
Yeah,
information from it. Are you doing an investigation, or what you perceiving, your perception check, or what is it? Was it you?
Yeah, well, I'll be like given the perceiving the fresco to see if there's any glyphs or anything like that, and then like investigating the picture itself to see if like there's some clues within the picture, or trying to draw on any knowledge that I've got of dwarves, and what stuff they may use if it is magical or anything like that.
So yeah, roll a perception check. It's more of a perception than an investigation, I'd say at this point.
10.
10. There are quite a few ruins. These are in gold, and they border the picture completely. So the picture's actually sort of built into the corner of the wall. It's 15 foot by 15 foot, and you can sort of see these gold ruins are basically just edging all the way around almost like a picture frame, and they detail, from what you can see, sort of notes about the battle, about who was in charge of the dwarves at the time, the year, but it's nothing really that strikes you in terms of anything that'd be like sort of secretive or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just this is what it's depicting.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the big man and go, big man. There could be skulls to crack. I know you like cracking skulls. So, should we go?
I just want to stay here. I like
What's
it.
that? What's that? I can't hear you. Just bend down.
I want to stay here.
If he bends down, I smack him in the face.
Oh, roll
Like a slap.
with advantage.
Just
Yeah,
like
I'd say you just slap him. I won't even say you do damage. He just gives you a good crack around the face.
Yeah, it's like 17 plus things. Yeah, I just want to like slap him and see if what type of response.
I like it here.
Now there's some seriously fucked up shit that's going on. There's no way that Negan
That's
would.
weird.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait until.
I mean, someone's trying to figure it out
I'm
magically,
gonna wait
right?
until Thorin finishes his ritual, and then I will make some decisions from there.
Okay. Yeah. So Thorin coming to the end of coming to the end of your spell, you see that the wall gives off an aura, faint aura, across the whole of the wall, and you are picking up enchantment magic.
Any particular parts of it, or just the whole wall in general?
Just the whole wall, yeah.
Um.
Picking up anything, Thorin?
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of magic coming from that wall. I think that's what's enchanted him. Again,
Yeah.
how'd you feel about hitting that wall with your axe?
Why would I do that?
Well, something to do while you stay here.
No. Why would I want to hit the fresco?
Can I borrow your axe?
No. No one touches the axe.
I will cast Eldritch Blast at the wall just to try and damage the fresco.
Nice and quiet then, yeah.
Eldritch Blast isn't that noisy.
Okay.
Do I know
I-
it's got to do his thing?
You will notice him preparing, yeah.
I just sort of like move backwards in front of the picture.
So you stepped in my way.
Yeah. But then I'm also clenching fists as well.
I mean, it's a nice painting and all that, mate. But it's not all it's cracked up to be.
But I like it. Put your magic away.
I think this wall's got a hold of them both.
I'm gonna Alright, big man. And I'm gonna walk back out of the room back into the main hall. And then Eldritch Blast the wall. When I'm, let's say, 70 feet away from it. It's a
Okay, for those that want to roll,
big 30-foot wall.
those that want to roll initiative.
Initiative!
Like you're not telling us to. You're saying if our characters think we're in a fight, or do you want this to all roll?
If based on, yeah, no, okay. I'll tell you what.
Based on what I've seen, if I'd have seen him clenching his fist and seen what's unfolded, I would definitely be starting to get a little bit edgy.
Okay.
I think.
Right. Okay. No, we'll do it in the order that it's spoken. So you roll for your attack on the wall.
That's right. So the first one is 13. And the second one is 26.
The first one that you let off, it sort of doesn't really. Although you're hitting the wall, it's not like a moving target or anything, but it doesn't really seem to have the impact in order to really damage the wall. But the second one does. You seem to get a good blast off on the second one. So roll damage on the second one.
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong dice. Plus 13 damage, 3 being fire.
13. Negan, you see as this blast hits your fresco.
How far away is no one from me?
70 feet.
I would say, let's say you move 30. I would say. Yeah, if you were you standing close, probably is about 30, 35 feet away from you.
Okay.
Really?
Right.
I walked out the room.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
were by
it's
him, weren't you?
Yeah, walked away about 70 feet.
Yeah.
Did say 70.
70. Oh, 70 feet. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
walked.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
Basically
walked out the
walked
room and
yeah.
shot back in it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And what's your range on your Eldritch Blast?
120 feet.
120. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, Negan, you see he's like 70 feet away and he's just blasted the wall.
I want to sort of not move too far away from the fresca, but I want to do flame breath. Just I know it won't hit him, but just aim it direction.
Okay. Yeah, you just let out this huge gout of fire and rage towards Thorin. Just make just for what it's worth, just make an intimidation roll.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, 16.
16. Just roll an insight for Thorin, please.
Insight check. That is 18.
Yeah. So you're not frightened, but he's putting the shits up you.
Was there any sort of visible damage to the wall?
Yeah.
Can I just start touching the wall, like trying to move any mark off it after I've done what I've done?
Yeah. Well, you were facing your fire was away from the wall, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So I,
Towards
just
Thorin,
I turn around at the wall and then start trying to wipe it.
Yeah, from the blast, from the Eldritch Blast. Yeah, you do that. Yeah.
I shall. Tavis, might be worth a shot. Just throw your daggers and get out of dodge. And then I'm gonna slowly walk away from Negan. And as I do, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the wall as well.
Okay. So, can we have initiative rolls now, being as we're all taking actions?
Yeah, rolled mine before, 16.
16 as well.
14.
What's Morthos's dexterity?
-1.
Thank you, Isla. -1.
You're both -1.
No, mine's +2. You can suck it.
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
He knows my character sheet better than I do.
Travis rolled 21 for initiative.
Okay. Thorin,
14.
14. Negan,
What was the rolling? Sorry.
initiative.
10.
It's the happiest I've ever been to Negan to roll so shit.
Okay, so at this point now, where there's been this to and fro between Negan and Thorin, Tavis, you're up.
Okay, so I've heard Isla. I've seen what's been going down. I have a slight moment where I think, does he mean at Negan or at the picture? And I go for the picture because Negan's big and intimidating, and I'll throw 2 daggers at the picture.
Okay. Anywhere on the picture?
I've not seen anything in particular happening with this picture or anywhere particular to aim.
Okay.
At the picture, away from Negan, so I feel like I'm not going to hit Negan.
Okay.
The first one's 14.
Yeah, not enough to really do the damage in the wall.
Second dagger is a natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Does one get sneak attack against a wall?
Well,
Oh,
that's a question.
I'll allow it. Go on.
Okay. Okay, so the dice are doubled, isn't it?
Mhm.
And then dexterity mod. So here we go. That one, it's that one. That one. 27 points of damage against the wall from the 1 dagger.
Yeah, you pulling out dagger number 1 and throwing it in quick succession, following behind it with the second dagger. You see that just as the first dagger reaches the wall, it just sort of disappears. Doesn't almost like it doesn't make contact. It just fades away. The second dagger, however, does exactly the same. You just see this impact into this wall as these tiles just and just shatter. You see it just crumble to the floor, or like broken glass, as leaving a fair sized hole and damaged tiles around it from the impact. Negan.
How far away is Tavis?
As you see, and the rage builds up in you, that you watch as Tavis is pulling these daggers from the bracer and letting loose. The rage in you is reaching a point that you've never felt before.
Yeah.
At the point where the second dagger makes contact with the wall, that rage goes like a light switch. And you look at a wall, you look at a picture, you look at your friends, you remember what's gone on. You just can't explain it.
Yeah.
I think you're under a spell, don't hurt me.
And I
Sort
step
of
in between them.
unclench my fist. Sort of just look at everything. And then I can smell my own breath, fire breath, and I'm like, what are we doing?
You remember doing it. You don't.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't remember it. You
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it. You just don't know why you felt so
Yeah.
strongly about it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. What are we going to do?
It was a spell
I
thing. You need to be careful.
walk back in and walk past him and just tap him on the arm. I was like, I didn't really know you were that much into artwork, mate. Sorry.
I didn't either. I really didn't.
Come on, let's
Something
get
about
going.
it.
Negan, do you want to go climb some stairs?
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Did anyone want to take any time out, any brews or anything, or are you alright to continue?
Do you want to brew?
Do you want to brew down?
I don't mind. We have got a bit to get through, so I don't mind cracking on. Has anyone got any time constraints?
I don't.
I'm off in the morning, but man.
I've got to go to work at 8.
Okay. Okay, so where are you heading?
Follow that
Up the stairs.
stairs.
Okay, so you go up the stairs. You come through an archway within the stone. You immediately see that 10 feet away is just this 60-foot drop back into the original chamber. You can see these ornate hammers in the center that are propping up this the ceiling, which is 20 feet above your head. And then you can see that these bridges are spanning over to seemingly a flat, smooth wall with a door built at the end of each bridge. As you give me one sec. As you as you are walking along, you can see that there is more mosaic along the wall itself on your side. You can see that these are dwarves and they're crafting. You can see that it looks like a black metal. It looks like it's diamonds. There's things that are glittery, smooth, that sort of jet sort of look to it. As you're walking along, you sort of see that this one's fairly damaged and cracked. Everyone roll a wisdom save. No, I'm messing.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get everyone to stop. I'm gonna
Detect magic's
cast
still up.
light. Yeah, I'm gonna cast light on my shield and just kind of cast it down this corridor. Can I see the end of it?
Yeah.
Can I just like look along the walls, looking for more mosaics or anything that looks a little bit out of the like similar to or out of the ordinary from the rest of it? Because
roll perception check.
I'm gonna friggin' dislike this a lot. 24.
24. You see dead people. No, you're walking along. There is, like I said, there's a fair bit of damage. Are you just going alone as you head down? Is everyone sort of following?
Is it still dark or?
Yeah, it's. But he's got light.
I've got my shield out. I've got light
Yeah.
on the shield, casting forwards, and I'm really hoping that's a big fucking red dragonborn on my right shoulder.
Yeah, then I'm straight behind you then because I need to see.
Okay, just the two of you going forward at this point.
I'll follow up
Oh,
as well
carry
with
on.
the detect magic.
Yeah, I'll
still up.
follow as well.
Okay, marching order then, just so I've got an idea of where everyone is.
I'll go
So
directly
Isla,
behind them,
Negan, Thorin, Morthos, Tavis at the back.
and I'll be keeping an eye out for any writing or anything like that. I've got eyes of the runekeeper, so I can read all writing.
Okay. Again, this is very much in line with what Isla, not that you know what Isla had seen, but what Isla was seeing, which is just sort of vague descriptions, really, about who was here and what was going on and what they were attempting to construct in terms of fine masterpieces of dwarven making. But other than that, there's not really anything else to write home about. You go past the first hammer, and then you can sort of see that between this hammer and the next hammer, there's a lot of mosaic that's on the floor, crunches underfoot. As there's a bit of a crack in the wall, and there's various other pockets of damage as well as you're moving along, but just sort of keeping steady and looking out. You pass the first bridge in between the two hammers. You come to the second hammer, again just looking. Everything looks like it's a wall with a mosaic on. Past the second hammer, past the second bridge between those next two hammers to the third hammer. As you start to make your way down to the end of the the balcony itself overlooking the original room, where you can sort of see that a lot of these mosaics are cracked, but not cracked like you've seen earlier on, which is like damage, but almost like a fault line. They've sort of cracked in a line all the way up, almost like there's been like an adjustment in the settling of the building. Very distinct that it's cracked through each of the mosaic pieces. As you start to sort of study it and look at it, you think that this might actually be a bit of a false wall. This might actually be a bit of a secret door at this end.
Big man, have you got your crowbar?
That I do. Sort of reach behind and pull the crowbar out.
Jam it in that hole,
Don't have to
Give it
tell
a-
me twice.
and then I'll try and help him as well. Like put all my extra weight behind it.
Okay, so athletics check with advantage.
Yeah, on that one there.
Come on, Negan.
Ooh, 27.
27. It's firm to move, and you sailor. It's quite firm to move. You sort of feel that it's there's a lot of friction with the debris. It's not moved in a while. That's underneath the crack of the door. But as you start to move it and start to gain a bit of momentum, it starts to sort of squeeze out that debris. The door opens up, and you can sort of see that there's a 15 by 10 foot room, square room, and this looks like some sort of storehouse. You can see immediately from the light from Isla that there are urns, quite large urns with glittering pieces of metal gleaming back in the light.
So that would be like when we first entered the first bridge, and on the west, yeah, that's where that secret door would be.
Yeah, it's when you were looking at the bridges from down below. It's at this end. It's the southern end of the
Southwest bridge.
Mm-hmm. You can see that it's dust filled. It's laden. It's been untouched for some time. You can see that the urns over the centuries that they've possibly been there have gone green. The copper in them has turned them green. What do you want to do?
I want to have a look inside.
Is any magic coming off them?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a tentative look inside.
Are you you're getting closer, Thorin? Yeah.
Yeah, within 30 feet.
Yeah, it's faint for what you can see. There are there's one really faint aura that's coming from sort of one of the urns, but like I said, these are quite packed, so it is quite faint.
Can I tell what kind of magic? Or is it too faint to tell?
Yeah, it's a tough one to ascertain from where you are.
Can I go in the room?
Yeah.
And
You can
take a look around.
Yeah, you can see that the room holds 5 copper urns. They're
Lids?
quite large.
No lids?
No, these are brimming with various glittering golden gems, various items that are all been inlaid into these 5.
Tavis!
Yo ho!
Get your hole ready.
Bring your hole for a filling.
I'll bring the portable hole, sir. Yeah.
Okay, Tavis, you hear that and you start to set off, and you're quite far back. You're sort of between the first two hammers. As you step away, so 1 foot forward, and then the second one pulling away, you feel like it sticking
No.
to the floor. What was dusty and quite sort of brittle sounds, crunching sounds from the mosaic has become quite slime and slop. And as you sort of look down at your boot, the bottom of your boot, you can see like a smoke emanating from the sole of your foot. You sort of turn round in the gloom to look, your drow eyes adjusting to behind you. You look down in what looks like a sort of a black, greasy patch on the floor that wasn't there moments ago. The patch then starts to fill and spread. Not natural, not like a water, but just starting to move and spread, and it starts to get thicker and rise.
So,
You start to see that from the crack in the mosaic, this black ooze starting to coalesce and congeal and form in front of you as you look. Just make a nature check for me.
yes, nature.
I'll give you. No, actually, I won't give you because that would be wrong. Yeah, just straight nature check.
7.
7. Unfamiliar with what it is, but taking a good guess, you've heard of oozes before, as this whatever it is starts to form up in front of you, and I would like everybody to make an initiative check, please.
Gosh, danger. That's because I'm at the back, isn't it?
10.
That's a bad roll.
12.
13.
14.
Wow.
And to
Wheels
complete
turn
the
to
set, I got 11.
An 11. You joking? So we got a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who was what?
I was 10.
I was 13.
I was 14.
That's 12.
Gar.
I rolled really bad because I've got good initiative bonus.
Okay, Negan, I'm going to give you an opportunity to. I'd say in this round, Tavis, you've got an opportunity between you and whatever's in front of you before, obviously, Negan becomes aware that there's an issue, because right now he's in another room down the other end of the.
So realistically, the first thing Tavis would try and do would be to dash away from the thing that's trying to keep him held to the floor.
Okay.
So that would be. I mean, do I get a whole round of thing? Because I think realistically, I'd just try and run away.
You would. You're in melee with him.
So what I'd try and do is run away, and if I get a chance, turn around and fire Ray of Frost. But I don't know if I get to do all those things. Right,
Okay.
I just get to run. Dash.
Okay, so earlier on I rolled a natural 20 on his stealth check, which is why you didn't see it on the boot. So moving away would be a attack, opportunity attack with advantage.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Spook.
And
Probably just like 3 damage or something, isn't it?
you're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Why do I feel like he's not finished?
And that's not. It was okay, so that's and 10 points of acid damage.
Once he attacks me, I can see him.
Yeah, so you see that this ooze it's just black. It's like tar. It just forms up in front of you, and you just sort of see what looks like this pseudopod of ooze just comes out and sort of takes this attack at you. Now, armor-wise, what is it that you're wearing?
Studded leather armor.
Okay, so with that attack, your AC is going to drop to 15.
It already was 15.
Sorry, no, yeah, sorry, 14. I was looking at Thorin then. Yeah.
Okay.
As the acid is eating away at your armor.
Okay. I don't suppose uncanny dodge makes any difference to that. No, it won't do. It just halves, but it halves the damage. I can do uncanny dodge as a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do I get my Ray of Frost off?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'll try and do Ray of Frost. Spell thing. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And it is 7 damage.
7.
Yeah, cold damage.
Okay.
And its
yeah.
speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next go.
Okay. Yeah. You let off in this reaction. You just let off this this ray. Was it Ray of Frost you used? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You let off your Ray of Frost, striking at this black pudding in front of you. Unsure of whether it's actually done any damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Anything you can shout or anything like that, it's up to you.
Yeah, okay. Holy fucking shit! Dude! Would that be about it?
Yeah, okay. So with that, Negan?
How far away?
Yeah, I'm going to say, just so I know, how far away did I get?
So you would have moved... You'd have used your movement, which was 30 feet, so you'd be 30 feet away from him.
Cool.
Alright. Okay. Negan, currently you are... 50 feet away from him. To leave out the door and head down, you'd be 50 feet.
Okay, can I move 25 feet to sort of in that direction, heard him screaming?
Yep.
Then would I know? I would weighing up. I would probably know how much he weighs.
You probably know how much he... What, sorry?
Wouldn't I?
How much he weighs, he said.
How much the black pudding weighs?
How much damage?
Yeah, I think you'd be able to make a good guess.
Because I want to use my chain of returning and throw it at him, pull him back.
Okay, yeah. So make your normal attack roll. Obviously, you're not doing it to do damage, but you want to make sure
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
get.
I'll be at 18.
Okay, so that would get to Tavis. It'd be a strength, an athletics check.
Yeah. So no,
How far's the range on it?
30 foot, and I
Yeah.
moved 25 foot, so he's well in the range of that one. So athletics check now. Uh, 24.
Yeah, I'd say that you managed to get this trainer returning and unconventionally pull Tavis towards you.
Nice.
Sweet. Is he right back where I am now?
I'd say he was where you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Can I hear like the metal is stuff melting or?
You can see almost like in Aliens where the armor's sort of singeing in.
Bleh.
Can I just try and help him like get it off so it's not getting on his skin or anything?
Yeah, you don't think it's not like eating its way through, but you can see on the surface it is doing some some damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can help and just check that he's all
Take it
right
off.
underneath you.
Yeah. And my chain's pulled. My chain of returning's gone back in as well now.
Okay.
Amazing,
Anything else for
thank you.
your turn?
Thank you.
Other than just to ask Tavisk, is he okay?
I'm fine, man. That thing's fucking awful. Kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, Isla.
I'm gonna come out the room.
Okay.
See what I see, and cast Toll the Dead on the pudding. Necrotic damage.
Is that a save for me? Is it?
Wisdom.
No. He's a bit thick.
Well, he's a sludge thing.
15.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be awfully close, you know, my lord.
You're
Nope.
not wiser than Travis.
It's a 16, unfortunately, you needed to make.
Oh no.
So I roll damage. Has he taken damage? Do I get to
No.
roll? No damage.
Yes, he has by Ray of Frost 7. Oh, I don't know that. I assume that. Me,
He's
I'm not
taken,
big
so it's
math.
two d10s then, is it, my lord?
Mm,
Because I can't roll 12s.
That doesn't
Unless
hurt him at all.
taking damage.
the target must see the wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If
It's
the
D8,
target
sorry.
is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 1d12. So yeah, it's a 1d8.
2d8 for level 5 though.
Unless the spell's damage increased by 1 die if you're doing it at a higher level. Oh no, when you reach 5th level, yeah, so it's 2d8. Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's a 13 points of necrotic damage. Hopefully.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you see that it is doing something.
Oh. And with that, I'm going to go back in the room.
You sort of see it sort of like, like sort of reel back a little bit, like everything sort of shrinks into itself, and then it starts to move forward in your direction.
I'm
Okay.
going to move away from it.
Okay, Thurin, you're heading into the room, yeah? Back into the room,
Just round the corner.
ducking in. Okay.
Bit of ducky wacky.
Yeah, and as he runs back in, I'm gonna lean out and send
Eldritch
out
Blast.
2 Eldritch Blasts through the wall.
Eldritch Blast.
I think I'm within range, right?
120
feet?
Yeah, you're within range. Yeah. Roll.
First one missed definitely. 'Cause that was a 9.
What was it?
It was a 9.
That hit.
What?
That hit.
What?
Okay. The second one was
It's a blob.
14.
That hits.
Jeez. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, 25 force damage and 3 fire
25.
across the 2 Eldritch blasts.
Let me,
Wow.
what was it? What was the first force damage, and then what was the other one? Necrotic.
Fire?
Fire.
What did you
Fire?
So force damage. Sorry. 25.
Yes.
Yeah. The fire. It is created by that blast. Just sort of seems to roll over it a little. But you see that it does take a bit of a tasty hit.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Tavis.
How far am I away from it now?
You'd be where Negan is, so you've moved about 60 feet away from it.
Do I know that that ray of frost didn't do anything? I don't notice that at all.
No, actually, you won't be 30. No, you are 5, 10, 20,
I ran
25.
30 feet.
You're about
and then you
30. You're
dragged
about
me
30.
25.
Yeah. Yeah, you.
So I ran away from it, turned and fired, and then Negan dragged me further away from it. didn't
Yeah, but it wasn't. To be fair, going off my map here, it wasn't that far.
okay.
It probably moved about 5, 10 feet with Negan.
he? Yeah, would I've noticed that the ray of frost didn't do anything?
Hard to tell.
And it's a blob of just a black pudding blob.
Oh yeah.
I think I'd ray of frost it again.
Okay.
Right. 12 to hit.
12 hits.
It's not in melee with anything, is it? Or it
No.
can see me? I don't have advantage on that attack for any reason.
It's not in melee with anything else. No.
But 7 points of damage. Cold damage, and its speed would be reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. I'd be
Okay.
probably watching more significantly this time to see what happens. I wasn't panicked like I was running away last time.
As you blast in the epicenter of where the point where the blast is, you sort of see these ice crystals sort of spread out across the face, only for a couple of inches in diameter, and from the center again, they just sort of melt and evaporate away from that point. Anything else for your turn?
I don't know what else is really around me. Could I make it inside that room?
From where you are, yeah.
What I try and do is move inside the room and a bonus action hide behind the wall, hide behind the corner.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll the stealth thing?
I mean, to be fair,
Easy enough to hide
it's not
behind
going
the
to see
wall
you
and
because
do
you're
the
in
blob.
another room. So. Okay. Morthos.
I'd
Oh,
say
sorry.
cold. I don't think my cold damage did anything to it, guys.
Okay, for Morthos.
Whereabouts am I in relation to the?
You were
Beast?
the next one in line, so you're about 10 feet away. You're right by the second hammer.
Okay. Can I cast Firebolt?
Yep.
I'll roll that again because I dropped it.
That's okay.
It was a 19, to be fair.
So is he on the other side of it from us?
No.
Ah, okay.
It came out behind the file.
Okay.
It's 14,
14 hits.
and then it's 2d10. So that's 9 and 4, so that's 13.
13 points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see that this gout of flame erupts and moves around, and again you sort of see everything sort of tighten up and squeeze in. And you feel that this has done some damage. Any movement?
Yeah, if possible, I just want to back away for maybe about 15 feet.
So you're heading towards the door, yeah? Where
Yeah.
everyone else is, yeah. It's getting a bit cramped there now, so there's not going to be a lot of movement left for anyone else as you started to back in. I'd say that really you were all round about the third hammer, more so than the door, just because of how congested it's going to be. It's only a 10-foot wide area. Okay, so with that, you see this the black pudding as it starts to sort of dip and sort of skulk along the floor. You start to see it rise up the wall as it starts to move closer to you. Probably maintaining about this 10-foot gap. Let me just make sure that's right. What is its speed? No, 22. Yeah. So this is round about where the middle bridge is now. So you're probably around about 5 to 10 feet away from it as it's starting to ooze its way up the wall, up the mosaic, and as it goes up the wall, the colour that's in the tiles starts to as it starts to burn off, leaving this sort of grey, nondescript tiles behind it as it's starting to move up. Okay, top of the round then, Negan.
How far am I away from it?
From where you are, which is just behind Morthos, you would be 10 feet.
Yeah, I'll hit it with my flame.
Okay.
Breath weapon. Right. I'm pretty sure it's 3d6, but I can't remember what I do to attack it.
Let me get the.
I've only found my new sheet, and I've only put down 11 times 3d6. I don't think that's.
I think it might be a dex save for it.
I think it is, but just want to have a look at the breath weapon itself. There is it. Okay, so your breath weapon is so because it's fire, it's a cone. So you'd have to move out the way of Morthos, or you'll get Morthos in the cone as well.
Yeah,
so you'd have to head out towards where the edge of the balcony is, if you like.
Yeah.
So it's a saving throw. So the DC is 8 plus your Constitution plus your proficiency. So what's your Constitution?
Is 12.
You know your Constitution modifier, the one below it, the little number.
Oh, +1.
Yeah, so that's 9 plus your proficiency, which is 3, is it? So it's a DC of 12. And
Yeah.
with it being red fire, it's a Dex, so it's a save of 12 on Dex. So it's a fail -3, so 9, 8. Okay, yeah. So you can do your damage now. So it's 3d6.
Yes, 3d6 is right. I just don't know where I've got the 11 from.
That would have been the old dex save before your proficiency went up.
Yeah, by 1.
Why 1? There we go
Yeah.
then. The 3d6. Oh, I rolled a 6 and then 2 1s.
Ah, could have been so good.
Yeah.
8.
Yes.
Okay, so yep. Okay. Yeah, you let out this flame, and again, you see it sort of reeling and sort of sucking itself in, as it starts to sort of spread out against the wall in like a almost like a fear and frantic way of fight or flight, panic. Yeah. And it lets off this smell that is absolutely rank. It just smells like burning chemicals or tires or something. It just smells disgusting. Are that it for your go?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll stay where I am.
Okay, Isla. You're on mute, mate.
Toll the dead, baby.
Toll the dead, my lord.
Wisdom saving throw, my lord. 16 to beat.
Oh, now we are talking big numbers. Wisdom. It was a natural 18 with a -2. 16.
Yeah, that is succeed then, my lord.
Is it negated all? Or is it halved?
I think it's only a cantrip, so I think all.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, it managed to save the little wise ooze.
In that case, I'm not going to do a great deal more other than return to whence I came.
Okay. Thorin.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
There's 2 certainties in life, death and warlocks casting Eldritch Blast.
Yes, with a natural 1.
Oh gosh.
And a 12.
Yeah, the 12 hits.
Oof. That is not good for damage. That is 5 plus 3 fire damage.
So 8. Okay. Yeah, it seems to it's not enjoying that blast at all. You can sort of see that again. It's trying to move away and climb up this wall, and you sort of see it all sort of contracting in and then letting go. Okay, end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay, Tavis. Are you on mute, mate?
Sorry, I was just making noises about a person that didn't know what they wanted to do. I don't know how much I'm able to do here, so I'm just going to do as much as I say. Is it still all along the floor?
No, it's sort of creeping up now up the wall as it's moving along.
Okay, so I'm going to do things that aren't normal attack things, so you just tell me how much of it I can do, and that's fine. The first thing I'm going to do is poke my head around the wall, grab a flask of oil that I have from my burglar's pack, and throw it so it hopefully smashes right against this creature. And then if I could, I'd try and light it with my tinderbox, but I don't think I'm probably going to be able to get that far. So I'm just going to go for the oil thing. See if you let me do that.
Okay. I would say it was a D20 plus your proficiency for the throw.
19.
Okay, so 19 gets it where you want it to go in terms of it smashing. So you're smashing that on the wall next to it, did you say?
All over it, basically. So
You.
it hits the wall, and then the oil coats the creature.
Oh, so you're trying to hit it above it and let the oil come down, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I mean, I've got a tinderbox, but I don't think I can also light a thing and throw it at it.
No,
so
your
just
action there
fire.
would be using an object, wouldn't it, to throw the. But everyone can see that's smashed and that's now, trickling down down and onto the use itself.
So I'll do that, and then shout, try and set it on fire, and then I will start trying to make my way across that bridge, the first bridge, as we would have seen it when we came in, towards the east end of the bridge.
Okay.
I'm not sure how near I am to that or how far I'll get across.
You are fairly near, and it does alleviate some of the space issues that you've all got. You can see that 10 feet out, it sort of narrows as it's sort of crumbling on either side. So you just sort of, how far out you're looking at getting?
How far can I get?
I would say you'd be able to get from where you were. I'd say you'd be able to get like 25 feet out. So you'd be 10, 15, 20, 25. I'd say you'd be able to get sort of halfway across.
I'll do 25 feet across the bridge, and then as a bonus action, I'll try and hide from the Blackfooting.
Hiding, just ducking down and being
I
prone.
assume there's a thing on the bridge, like a.
No, it's like Kaz is doing. It's just a strip of.
Okay, it's going to be very difficult for me, but that's
what does Tavis weigh?
He is a half elf. I don't think I ever wrote down. He's a half elf. He's 5'7". I never wrote down a weight.
Do me a favor, find it in the PHB and give yourself a roll for a weight, and then we'll come back to that on your next initiative.
Alright.
Okay, so Tavis is done. Morthos.
5 volt, please.
Yeah. Where you aiming? You just aiming for the use itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
17.
17 hits.
So that's 7 and 3, so 10 fire damage.
Okay, roll 2d10 for me.
That is 11.
Okay. Yeah. So as you focus your firebolt onto the use itself, that catches the oil as well. That Tavis has just launched above it, now coating the use, and it just starts to just incinerate this ooze. In fact, it doesn't stop, and the smell is vile and putrid with this black smoke, acrid smoke that's starting to fill the area, but then drift away as it's open.
Nice.
Yeah, you see that the ooze is diminished before your eyes. I wouldn't say dead; it's just gone. You see that there's a charred and bubbling, thick, almost like treacle-like substance just burning away against the stonework.
Nice. Good job, team.
Okay.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Okay, what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to go back to the urns.
So,
Okay.
before all that kicked off, there was some sort of magic aura coming from. Could I tell which urn it was coming from?
Are you going back into the room? Are you?
I didn't really leave it. I was just kind of shooting through the
Okay.
crack.
Yeah, you can see there's a faint one in the urn, but depending on you need to sort of really get close because a lot of it's metallic, a lot of it's gold and gems and stuff like that. So, how far in are you going? Are you rooting around?
Yeah, I've got every intention of literally getting this this black hole open and tipping these urns up into the thing.
Yeah, there's
And
like
hey,
Okay.
copper's worth stuff. We may as well take the urns as well.
yeah, there's like 5 urns that like lined up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sort of staggered and pushed together. Yeah.
Just literally want to boot them in, tip them up, and pour them into the hole. See what comes out.
Okay. Wait. So, are you just emptying it all out and then going to check it at a later date?
No,
What's the?
we can pour it out, and while you've got your magic Thor, and it might be able to locate what's magical about it.
Yeah, if we pour out slowly, I guess.
I'm not there yet. I'm still across the bridge. I can't
Oh yeah,
see where to
do we need to
figure
find out
out
what
my.
happens with the Tavis first, don't we?
Yeah. So we got to wait for Tavis.
I've only just found a bit in the player's handbook. Sorry. It does maths to do. Give me a second. Would you go for elf, drow elf, or half elf? What do you want me to roll for?
It's not really going to make that much difference, to be honest, is it? I would have thought.
I'll go for what I think then, for my character. I weigh 225 pounds.
225.
You're such a heifer.
I know, yeah.
That's bullshit.
You fatty, you.
No, I'm actually not having that. There's no way
Tubby.
Tavis weighs more than I do.
You chunk, you.
You need to cowardly cow.
He's a little elfy, dexterous boy. Like he's not.
Where is it
He's
in the
not
player's
chunk.
handbook? I can't find it.
It's late. It's later on in there. It's a different chapter. It is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Character details, height and weight. Page 122. Elf drow. Base weight 75 pounds times 1d6 pounds.
Jimbo,
Yo,
when you watch this back later on, it looks like you're a Japanese porn film and you're trying to blur out what's happening behind. When you move, it like moves some of your jumper, some of that top as well, and then all of a sudden.
Yeah. So you're 75 plus 1d6 pounds.
It says times, doesn't it? I rolled the 1d6 and got 3, but times 1d6 seems ridiculous. I just tripled in weight. That's insane. Ah, no. Okay. It's height together.
Player then uses the same roll of 12 to multiply it by 2d4 pounds.
Because
And
you'd
then
need to make
her
sure doing height
2d4.
and weight. But I'd already figured out his height as being 5'7".
Yeah, so then you just take the base weight then, don't you? No, you don't, do you?
Height modifier plus 2d6. I'll just change how big I am. Plus 6. So 4 foot 11. So I multiply 6 by 3, 18. So I'm 75 plus 18. So I'm 80. 93 pounds.
Okay. You feel that the bridge doesn't. It's old, but from where you are, it feels stable enough for you to get out to that position.
42 kilograms. If I was 42 kilograms, I'd probably be dead.
Not a drow though, baby. Okay,
Hell no.
so yeah,
So,
you're currently stranded on this bridge, or out on a bridge, not stranded, but
yeah, and the sludge is dead. I'm like, thank fuck for that, and I'll head back into to where all the gold is and be like, okay, what are we doing? I suggest we be very careful in here because things are jumping out all over the place.
Agree with that.
Can I go over to the urns and try and move them around so I can try and figure out which one's got the magic coming from it?
But maybe don't touch it
yeah,
until you
it's
know it's safe.
fairly easy. You can see which in, and just by doing a little bit of digging and moving um some of the old gold coins that you can see that are in there. You can see that there is a ring which is giving you this uh, this glow.
Okay. I'll take it out. Can
Okay.
I have a look at it and see if I can just try and work out what it might be? I know I probably won't be able to work out what it is, but
Yeah, it doesn't. It's got some slight sort of inscription on it. You're just getting a sense that there's an aura to it.
can I read the inscription?
Yeah, it's a old dwarvish, and it says warmth in cold places.
Warmth in cold places. Okay. And I just put it in my pouch for now.
What you got, Thorin?
Some sort of magical ring. I don't know what it does.
Ooh, your favorite.
I guess.
Could be fun.
Okay. Yeah, and you can sort of see that there's tourmalines, there's coppers, there's gold rings between the first urn, the second urn, and the third urn. There's a lot of gold in there, probably around 200 gold that you can see. You can see that urn 4, the fourth one you come to, has got like blue quartz gemstones, quite a few of them in there. There's a 9-inch tall silver statuette of a dwarf. It's got amethyst eyes as well that looks quite valuable. So there's certain things, little sort of stockpile that's in there that you're sort of tipping out, and I assume that you're putting this into into the portal, into the portable hole.
Yeah, we'll stick it on to the portable hole for now, and at a later date we'll go through everything and inventorize everything.
A couple of interesting things that you also see as you start to delve a little bit deeper, Thorin, and you can see that there's auras to things. You see that there's a vial of yellowish liquid, and bobbing inside of it is an eyeball.
Oh,
That's giving off a slight aura. There's a spell scroll that you can see that you pull out of it as well. Yeah.
Give that to it. Give that to Isla right now. He needs that. Defo.
Sure. I give the spell scroll to Isla. Yeah, have a look at the scroll, see what it is.
When you spend some real time to go through everything, then I'll give you the full details of what you've got and what it's worth.
okay. Can I have a little look at the scroll just to see if I can recognise it?
Yeah, just make an Arcana check.
I'm not very good at Arcana checks. 9.
9. Yeah, just by sort of having a look. The scroll seems to be a scroll of protection, and then a lot of what's in the wording seems to point towards Fae.
Towards
Protection from Fae.
protection from Fae. Good to know.
Okay, what do you guys want to do? I'd like to just get a little bit further if we can, if everyone's still alright, just to get to a decent place where we can...
Let's move forward.
Okay, so we go back out. We've got 3 bridges in front of us. You say there
You
was
heard anything else from Galore? Isla? Has he been chatting anymore?
three bridges, 3 dwarves, only 1 entrance. He said he grows impatient. The door requires light.
Did I feel, Daryl, when I went a bit halfway across that 3rd bridge? Did I feel it being unstable?
You feel like nervous because it's old and it's, a pretty...
I didn't feel anything physically move.
No, nothing physically
my
moved, but
way.
yeah, you're wary that this could...
Can you cast light on the doors from here?
No, but I can cast daylight.
We could
Be
try.
aware, guys, when I've been over with Saw, that the middle bridge, there's a 10-foot gap in the middle of it. It's completely crumbled. And then the one that's furthest away from us now, the furthest north,
Well,
that's clearly crumbling away.
was there a fresco on the wall, or was there some type of? No, you said like on the right hand side as we'd walk down, there was something on the wall. Can I have a look at that? Can anything be made from that? Does it give us any directions?
No, it's just depicting dwarves making something. There's a lot of gems that are sort of inlaid in it, a lot of black, whatever they were making at the time. But it's nothing, doesn't seem to show any doors or anything like that.
I've got my bow. You could try maybe casting light on an arrow. We could try shooting a door.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I can
See maybe if that does anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just, the middle one with the gap on the or seeming gap in the floor. Can I just grab a handful of dirt off the floor and throw it just to see if it's like a fake bridge?
Oh, Indiana Jones style.
Indiana Jones style.
Yeah, the dust spreads out and falls down between the gap.
Hey, well, you never know.
You never
worth a go.
Worth a try.
Damn it!
Worth a shot.
Yeah, cool. I'll listen to Thorin's advice and say, shall I take this shot or you?
How
we could have
proficient
a
are
little-
you with a bow?
We could have a little contest. Oh no, you can only cast
I
light
don't
on
know,
one of them.
and I say, since the last time, since the last time in for Landon, my archery skills have come on somewhat a little bit better, shall we say? And with that, I'm gonna be cocky as fuck. Pull an arrow, light it, pull that bitch back, pull it back, then look at Thorin in the eye and release it.
Oh. Roll for the attack.
Roll with disadvantage.
As I
'cause
say,
I
you're
disadvantage.
feel I feel at disadvantage, but I feel he's got himself steady. He's not under any duress.
All right, cool. It's a good roll. I'm not gonna lie. I just need to know what my plus is. But yeah, that's a solid 24.
Oh, it just hits. It
What?
just hits.
Holy shit balls!
Jesus.
It hits, and the arrow only just embeds into the material.
Oh, it's
You
a metal
hear a
door, isn't
solid.
it?
You hear a solid clang. It stays there, glowing in the door. Which door did you go for? The right,
Just
the left, or the middle?
I just went the middle because that's where
Middle.
I'd thrown the dust across.
And as you grin and you look back, the arrow just drops off the door under its own weight, not able to embed itself in for far enough.
Did the light do anything?
No.
Nothing at all.
I mean, that was pretty good. Do you want to try a different door?
Well done. You shot an arrow at a door. There's 2 more doors.
I'll shoot another arrow at another door with light.
Really
On it.
good archery skills. What does he think?
That's 24.
Wow.
2 17s in a row.
This one does like dink in. Which one have you gone for? The left or the right?
Okay, left.
Left. Okay. Yeah, it does dink in. The light shiny, see it sort of reflecting against this really dark metal. Nothing.
Does it stay in or does it also fall to the floor?
No, this one will stay in.
Okay.
Just.
And the right hand door. 10.
This one, you fire, it hits the door, it ricochets off, and you see far below there's just this small light down from where you entered.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm no further on with that. The only thing I can think of is either casting.
You just lost 3 arrows.
This is what it is. I'll get them on the way out. We either.
Well, you've hit light on those 2 doors, so it must be the 3rd one, right?
Done all 3.
I've done all 3, but nothing's really.
The light didn't hit the 3rd one, did it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, yeah, hit it. I mean, I can cast daylight and see whether that fucking. I mean, that will light up all the doors and see if it shows us the way.
Well, how long does your light last when you cast it?
The cantrip. Until I dismiss it. So there's
Just
an arrow
light
down there.
Light on this dagger here, and I'll walk across and put it in the door.
Or I could just walk across and touch it. And...
Do it. Be careful. It's an old bridge.
And I'm a small man.
Tread lightly.
Well, according to my thing, which I'm not 100% sure, but I weigh a solid 35 pounds. So, I will.
That's why it fits on my shoulders.
I will. I will take a step. I will stop and go. No, Tavis. Actually, I think you should be the one to do this, because since I've got this stone with me, I weigh 8 times what I did before.
What stone?
Of galore.
Oh yeah. Well remembered.
That just suddenly came back to me.
Wow.
Changed quite a lot of my
By the
characteristics.
time you switch on,
The stone makes
Wow.
you super heavy.
8 times heavier, if my memory serves.
Wow.
So I will step the fuck back.
So what does
away.
that? What did that put your weight at?
Is it 35
Ooh.
times 8?
Fucking heavy.
yeah, it would have weighed the same as me.
Around 250?
Yeah, somewhere around there, yeah.
Solid 280. Yeah, you are heavily encumbered. Is that a thing, or have I just made it up? I'm sure it was a thing.
I never knew that.
I think I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you've just reminded the DM of it though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Because it's not in the book. You have to roll for a beneficial and a detrimental.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I'm gonna cast daylight.
Oh, you got away with it if you hadn't have remembered.
Oh,
No,
well,
because
you already stepped on.
it's fucking
Mhm.
yeah, one step. Then yeah, I'm gonna cast daylight because I've got written here from when we gallored it. I've got daylight in the depths, so I'm gonna fucking cast daylight and hope to fuck something happens. Let there be light.
Nothing happens.
Fucking sweet.
How
But
big is daylight? How
Oh mate,
does that cover?
we can see everything.
Does that cover all 3 doors?
Yeah, we'll do.
It just goes in the direction that you're looking.
Daylight.
Daylight's fucking what a waste.
It's a radius of 60 foot.
Yeah, so I'll just put it in the middle. Radius 60-foot sphere, light spreads out from a point you choose. Bright light.
Level 3.
Yeah. Well, it says daylight in the depths, so that would kind of make sense.
Turn around behind you and look in the room where the treasure was. Go that way. How long does it last? Or is it instant?
It lasts for an hour, so this shit's lit up for an hour, but I can't move it. I don't think it just is where it is.
It's not centered on you, no.
No, I choose a point.
I'm going to walk across the bridge.
You're on the southern bridge, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to walk across that and try and open the door.
Yeah. You open the door, and you see before you in a small 15 by 15 foot room, you see that there is a black anvil in the center of the room. And then you see that there is more of a fresco on the walls in front of you and to the sides, now brightly lit. And you see that there is a dwarf, and the dwarf is clutching a hammer.
An actual dwarf who's alive?
No, in the fresco.
Oh, right, okay. Okay.
Travis, what have you got?
There's another fresco here. It seems to be like nothing bad's happened.
What's it show? Have a look.
There's an anvil. And there's a dwarf.
The anvil has inscriptions on it. I don't know if you can read dwarvish. You can make a perception check on the room if you want.
I've got giant, elvish, and common, and I've got perception of 9.
Do you say that you can see runes or not?
Yeah,
There are ruins around, yeah.
Yeah,
come
well,
across and have a look.
I mean dwarvish writing in ruins, not like
I can't make this out. It's not common. It's not elvish. It's not giant.
I can read dwarvish, but I don't know if this bridge is going to collapse.
I
mean,
can read
Felt fine for me.
Dwarvish too, so I can head over if you want.
Yeah, maybe that's the play.
Is
Just to clarify, I'm not there. Don't worry about it.
Tavis is off the bridge.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll head across the bridge and join him.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of cobwebs in there, and it's quite not cramped with you two being in there, but obviously this anvil, and you can see that there is Dwarvish written across the fresco and also the anvil itself. You can make a perception check if you want.
Yeah, let's try and read it. 14. No, 12, sorry.
12. Okay, so as you look at the anvil, black iron and solid in front of you, written in golden runes across it, you decipher, "Let the hammer fall and the anvil ring."
Okay.
Moving around to the fresco, you also see in Dwarvish ruins, "Let hearts be lifted and battles won."
What was the first one? Sorry. Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, easy. Yeah.
Yeah, let the hammer fall and the anvil ring.
Yeah.
You saying this out loud?
Yeah, I'll read it out loud.
Let hearts be lifted and the battle won.
But it's not a real weapon.
It's a real anvil.
Is there a real anvil there?
Yeah,
Yes.
in the centre of the room.
I
With
thought it was a
runes.
picture.
And
No,
are there
it's
any?
no.
On the fresco behind is a dwarf holding a hammer.
Are there any
Somebody-
hammers in the room?
As you're walking round the room with your perception check of 14, you can see that where the wall is nice and smooth and the fresco is being completed, it's actually slightly curved around the actual shape of the hammer. So the handle's got a slight curve in the fresco, and so is the hammer itself, just slightly raised and offset from the rest of the wall.
Can we check for any magical hammers?
That can, if there's a hammer there, can you grab it? Like check it for traps and grab
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was gonna do then. Yeah, can I check it for traps?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Ooh, that was good. 19.
There doesn't seem to be any real room. There doesn't seem to be anything else in the room that sort of seems to stick out or look like it's. But it's hard to know for sure. But from what you can gather, it doesn't look like it's.
Hit the anvil.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for a sec, and I'm gonna stick my head back out the door. I was like, before we hit this anvil and whatever happens, happens. Do you think it's worth trying to open another door and having a look inside, or do you think this is the door that we wanted?
Is there any more reading you can do for him in here? You've read two of the bits of the fresco. Is there any more to read?
I think that
Not
was
that
it
you
all.
can
That
see.
was it all.
Let the hammer fall and the anvil ring. Let hearts be lifted and the battle won.
I mean, I'm not. It sounds like a riddle to me. And if let the hammer fall, so hit the anvil, and
Okay.
then it'll give you some type of benefit for our battle. Like it'll help you in the battle.
Do you want me to do it? I'll grab the hammer. Do you want me to do it?
I don't mind doing it. I just didn't know whether it would be worth opening another door and seeing if there's another dwarf inside.
Ooh, yeah. What was the first clue that we had?
3
Islam?
bridges,
Shout across
3
the wall?
dwarfs, 1 entrance.
Okay. I am gonna hilariously run and jump using my boots of springing and striding
over the gap in the middle one. How big's the gap? Say 10 foot, was it?
10 foot, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take a running jump, which with my boots of spring and stride, I should be able to clear.
But this is
Okay.
super heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, but I still get the distance. You know, the weight and the physics.
Oh,
You feel as you land almost like it's like Iron Man when he lands on concrete. Just get that sort of
Bonk.
crunch and crack around your foot, but the
Superhero
bridge
landing.
holds.
Yeah, 3-point landing. And I'm going to make my way to the middle door and see if I can open it.
Yep. The door the door opens.
Oh,
You can see that inside there are 4 suits of rusted plate armor and helmets, size for a dwarf. And they stand in the corners of the 20 by 20 room. It's actually no, it's not. It's 15 by 15 room. It is. And each of the armors is draped in cobwebs. You can see that there's some dwarvish ruins that are carved into the far wall. You can
Okay.
read dwarvish.
I sure can.
You read, "A secret never before told will part Dumthurian's lips." Just make a history check.
Just straight history, yeah.
Sorry, religious check. Sorry, yeah.
Religious. I'm religious. Don't know how religious. 15.
15. You've heard Dumatherian before, and you know him to be the dwarven god of secrets.
Okay. So what was it? Say before a secret never told and part Duntharian's lips.
A secret never before told will part Dumatherian's lips. That's what I
So
got.
So if we take everything in its literal sense, if we have a secret, need a secret, there's a secret here. Does anyone want to go and see what's in the final room?
Yep, we need to try the first bridge.
Who else can read dwarfish though? Because the other 2 rooms have been full of it.
I can read dwarvish.
Superb.
There you go, then.
No, not to be insensitive, but how much do you weigh roughly? Because that
Roughly?
one, when I had the owl fly, when Saw flew over that bridge there, the final section of it looks, it's crumbling away. It looks a bit dodgy. So
Roughly 120 kilograms.
120 kgs. You're a big
Yes,
boy.
that's a solid 290. It's 300 pound already.
You're a big boy. Why don't I come back and have a little run over there,
Test it out.
test it out?
See if it will take my weight.
Yeah.
Or could it in a way, could I potentially use Misty Step to get across the bridge? If I'm going, would it maybe take me across really quickly?
Yep.
Without, Sweet. Well, I'll
What's
go
the
ahead and
range?
do
What's
that
the
then.
range on that? So what?
I think it's 30 feet. Let me check. Might be 20 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet. Yeah, you could get sort of up to where the damage starts to crumble, and then you can Misty Step up to the door.
Sweet. All right, I'll
Sick.
go ahead and do that then.
Okay. Yeah, you bamf right next to the door.
Easy.
Bloody hell, Morthos, that is cool.
I'm a half orc of many talents.
Hey, if I could do that, I'd be sneak attacking so many motherfuckers.
Oh, maybe I'll teach you one day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So how do we open this thing? Is it already open?
Just push, mate. So,
Push. There we go. Yes. Simple as that.
Doors, man.
Yeah. So yeah, just go through the door.
Okay, yeah, you open the door, and you see that there is in a similar size room as the other two. You see that there's a 10-foot tall painted statue of an armoured male dwarf wielding a battle axe and wearing a mask that stands at the back of this 15 by 15 room. Before the statue, set onto the floor, is a adamantine metal plate with a ring, like a pull ring on it.
Okay. Is there anything dwarvish in terms of dwarvish script around that I can read or I notice?
Just make a religion check for me.
13.
You don't really recognise the dwarf that's before you.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the walls or
No, this one's just got a.
no.
Unlike the others, this one's just got a statue in it.
Okay. And did you say something about the ring, or did you say I could pull it or something?
There's like a plate in the floor with like a pull ring.
Okay. Yeah, just back out the door and just tell the lads, what I can see, and just tell them that there's a trapdoor sort of thing with a pulley.
was there
What do
anything
you
in
think?
was there anything in the second room? There was
4
an
suits of
anvil in
armor.
the first one.
Just four
Suits.
suits of armor with the script of about
Yeah, the secret.
something to do with the secret and it'll part his lips.
Does
But we've got the clue about the light as well.
Yeah,
I know you did the light.
do
I
any
just
of
go.
us recognise the description of the dwarf that Morthos didn't know?
Which description?
He was
What, going
telling,
off his description?
yeah, he was telling us what was in the room, and there not being any script. So I'm clutching at straws, trying to guess.
I think in order to do the check, you won't be able to do it off his description alone. You'd have to go and view it.
Yeah.
I just shot to Negan. Big man,
Yeah.
can I grab you for a second?
Yeah. Come in.
Go carefully across the bridge, big man.
I'll think light.
10-foot gap.
How are you getting across the gap?
Might as well jump. Down,
Yeah.
down,
Jumping.
down.
Jump.
Van Halen it.
Okay. This is what's the one? This one now, the middle one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that Isla's in, isn't it? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isla's in the middle one.
Hey, come to me, brother.
Yeah.
And how much do you weigh?
She is well. Hang on, man.
Just going to get on the scales, honey.
Gone to get character sheet one.
Running himself.
Okay, so while Negan prepares to
Jump. Down,
jump, what's everyone else doing? Just waiting.
So the clue was about daylight, but I needed the spell. But the spell didn't go through the door.
No, maybe I've just cocked it right up.
No, not. No,
So
just
in regards to the daylight spell, I might just have, the daylight in the depths could literally mean the gold. It could be the reflection of the gold is like daylight in the darkness.
or you could have just been gone a bit early, like because we didn't have the doors
And-
open yet.
Yeah, I've heard that happens to people.
Has Bizzle heard that?
Isla may have heard that, but he's definitely not experienced that.
Insight check.
Are you rolling an insight check?
Not unless instructed.
You can roll one if you want to roll one.
I sure do. It's terrible. It's a 4 minus 1, 3.
Yeah, you think Isla's been on the money.
Isla's a
Speaking the
goddamn
truth.
sexual tyrannosaur.
Just like me. Right, what's Negan weigh?
270.
Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Be good, my lord.
How
7.
high up are we?
How many?
17.
As you stand towards the edge, the bridge crumbles and collapses. But in a feat of athleticism and dexterity, Negan jumps, leaping across what seems to be a uncrossable length, landing the other side of the bridge.
Is that what he needed?
He needed a 15.
Oh,
Sweet.
How you getting
Fantastic.
back?
we ain't getting back, brother.
No.
It's a
Well, we're
one-way
going.
ticket.
Okay, well, we're
That's-
going.
I
It's
guess
on one way.
guess we split the party.
Right, Negan.
Hey,
It's me and
whole
you,
party's
brother.
turned Scottish.
It's me and you, brother. Like Chips and fucking Sons.
You're trying to acclimatise to the dwarfish nature of what's going on.
Hey!
Everyone's gone, hey.
My name.
Hey, Jimmy, it's rather
Hey.
Hey,
Come on,
okay.
I
Take
may
it
have,
off.
I may have broken the edge.
Hey, and brew. I turn around to Negan, and I say, "Big
One
man,
is to be Scottish now.
hey, Isla's a Scottish name, so it is."
It's like
I say,
whiskey.
"Hey, and lemons." Big man, we've been through some stuff. We've had some conversations. We've kind of said that we'd be there for each other, when needs be. But what I'm going through and the information I need to find out, it needs to stay between us, because if this information gets out, it could be the end of the world, like completely as we know it. And I've never told anyone that before, and I'm hoping that you can keep this secret for me, because if it gets out, then we're doomed.
I'm glad you've entrusted that with me, and it'll go no further. And hopefully, it never has to come to.
No, I appreciate that. And then I just take a look around, see if anything's happened. Look at the statues, look at the dwarves. Have their lips parted? Has anything moved or changed?
There's a few seconds and a few deep breaths before you hear a, and in the floor, what would look like stone just moves out the way, and you see that embedded in the floor is a white crystal.
I look at Negan with a big smile on my face. Well, and that's just a white crystal.
Just a clear white crystal, yeah.
Guys, the floor's kind of opened, and we've got a clear white crystal.
Clear white, like a diamond.
How'd you do that?
I may have told Negan a secret.
Okay. So do you want me to ring the anvil?
Maybe we've got to do something in every room to open up all the doors. Maybe if you hit the anvil, then maybe something will happen in your room.
Go over and take the hammer. If nothing happens when I pull it out, I'll try and hit the anvil.
You're gonna hit the anvil. Who
How
else
much
is in the room?
I'm there. How much is part of the wall, isn't it? Go for it.
I thought it was like a 3D thing that I could grab and pull out the wall.
Yeah, and you pull out the hammer. And who's in the room? You and Tavis.
Yeah.
Are you striking the anvil?
You ready?
Hey, go for it.
Bang.
You hear this clear, crisp ringing of this hammer striking the anvil. Almost celestial in terms of its pitch and clarity of sound. And you feel a bit brighter. You feel your aches and pains have gone a little bit. And you both regain 10 temporary hit points for the next 24 hours.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, it's cool.
Oh, don't have 443.
With 443 hit points.
Here's an adult red dragon, everybody.
Yeet.
Okay, so what are you doing?
As nice as that feels, it did make Thurin a little nervous because he's just been influenced by
Dude.
something.
That was cool. Do it again.
Is it stuck?
Sure.
Do it again.
I'll ring the anvil again.
You lose 100 hit points.
As you do it, you hear a gong, and the hammer just shatters. You each take 56 points of damage. Wait, mess up. No, the hammer. No, the hammer just shatters against the anvil.
Proper happy
Ooh,
there. I was
okay.
like,
You chose
Ooh, I was going there. I
poorly.
was like, not 56. That's no.
yeah, I'm knocked out at that point.
Yeah, snap.
Yeah, looks like it was a one-time thing.
Okay. Well, it was still cool. It was still cool. So guys, this happened. Like, what's the third one? What's the third thing? Morthos, you're over there, right?
Can't work it out. Don't know who this dwarf is. Just got this ring pull in the floor. It was worth
Fucking
pulling
pull
it
it.
up.
I'll head over there and try and figure it out with him.
Okay. Yeah, you see the dwarf. Make a religion check.
Religion. Oh, that's no good.
That's me in the corner.
That would be a 5.
No, you have no idea who this dwarf is. He's in this statue, and yeah, you can just see the dwarf and the metal plate in the floor with a ring pull.
Are we just putting this up then?
Leans out. Pull it.
Are you pulling it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! It was at that moment they'd realised.
No, 19.
Oh, that's good. Come on, Morthos.
Big numbers. Big numbers.
14.
Oh, Thorin, you managed to slide out of the way as these two rays shoot out of the dwarf's face and across the room. Morthos, you take 22 points of fire damage as you get caught in the blast from the ray from the eyes.
How
Got
many hit points does
Superman.
he have?
Okay.
This room not so good, guys.
Oh, no.
As they
So
see
that's
these
one
two,
good.
did these two like fire blasts come out of the room and just go past the door?
So you're down to 4 hit points for Morthos.
Yep.
What did
Yeah.
he take?
22.
22 points.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Thank you.
I
yeah,
run,
I mean,
run
I'm
over and start
gonna get the fuck out of this room.
patting him out.
Oh, he's singed.
if you can get to me more fast, I can give you a little loving.
They'll pick me up.
Yeah, if you feel like at 4 hit points jumping over a 15-foot gap, go for it.
It's
I
probably
think
Yes,
it's worth it.
Right, so before they even do anything, Isla takes 50 foot of rope,
Dexy boy.
waits for them to get to the other side, throws the rope across, and ties it off. See if he can find something to tie it off against. If not, I'll tie it against the fucking half-ton fucking halfling and the big man.
There's nothing to tie it off. It's going to have to be around yourself.
Yeah, but me and Negan will hold it firm for these whoppers to shimmy the way across.
So you've got a 15-foot. You're on a 5-foot bridge. He's on a 5-foot bridge, and there's 10 foot between you. So I would say 15 foot to get that to the other side.
Yeah.
Make a.
I will tie it to my arrow and shoot it across.
Okay, just make the attack roll.
14. Let's say, even if it doesn't bed into anything, just to get it across would be good.
That never failed before, trying to get into the... Whose manor was it that we were trying to get into? Not the Catalans.
The Growlhuns, my friend.
14.
Yeah. I'm not looking
And
to
you're
get
trying
it
to get it to embed in the stone.
No, just get the rope across to them.
Get it
so,
across.
Yeah.
Yeah, you manage to sail across it, and you see the rope is in front of you, Thorin. Morthos.
Thank you.
Is there anything for us to tie it to? On our side of the bridge?
No. Like what?
Or could we tie it round one of the pillars?
The pillars are on the other side.
Oh, they're on their side.
No, they're on the other side of the bridge. You're all on different bridges.
Alright, okay. I thought he was shooting
The only thing
across.
you could, if you got enough rope, the only thing you could do is to tie it to the statue that's just nearly killed Morthos.
Oh, sorry. I was kind of the impression that they went back along the bridges to the middle bridge and then were coming.
Oh, sorry.
Over
Okay.
the
Yeah,
crumbled
that's what
section.
I thought. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I didn't realise you were moving back. So,
Sorry,
how are you? How's Morthos getting across the bridge?
I was hoping somebody was going to tell me that.
I'm going to cross the bridge first.
Okay.
Laser beam.
You manage to get across. Your weight not affecting the weakness of the bridge. However, it starts to crunch under you, Morthos.
Can I do another Misty Step?
You can, if you've got a spell slot for it.
Reaction.
And then I'll try and I'll tie the rope off to one of the pillars.
Yeah, I've got 3. Well, I've got 3 2-level spell slots, and I've used one of them. So I've got 2 left. Is that right?
If that's what I don't know what it says on your sheet, so
Yeah,
if that's
yeah,
what it
that's
says, if you've got the spell slot for it, then yeah, you can Misty Step. But in fairness,
Right.
if you were going straight across the other bridge, you could Misty Step straight across, and don't want to put ideas in your head.
That way instead of yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do that instead. Easier.
Otherwise, hilarious use of spell.
Probably should have kept my mouth shut there, shouldn't I?
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
someone's
walk across this bridge, go across that bridge, and then Misty
Misty
Step
Step.
here. Misty Stepping from here to here.
Yeah. Yeah, you just Misty Step and you just bam straight over to the middle the middle
straight on
door.
to the other side.
Wicked. Thank you.
Still
Uh,
figuring out these spells. It's
Any
like
any
it's like
idea
a
what
pure
the
like wisdom versus intelligence choice, isn't it?
any idea what that crystal is?
No, but I'm gonna touch it, but I want you all to be here when I do.
Let's
Oh.
go.
I'm not there, am I? I'm still over my bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, make your way over to us.
making my way.
Oh, okay. I will do. I will do so.
So yeah, so we've tied that rope off around the pillar on the other side of the bridge, and you guys have got it tied around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Negan's strong.
we're all
Negan's strong, and
now
I play a bit.
we're all now on the eastern side of the second bridge.
You and me are on the western side of it.
Oh, so we need to get across the gap,
Yes.
but there is a rope.
Yes.
You want to go first or me? Shimmy, shimmy.
We're just shimmying, are we?
I think that's all we got.
Okay. Why? Just before we do, because I might fall to my doom. Why do we all need to be over there at the same time when you touch the crystal? What's going to happen?
I haven't got a fucking clue.
He just wants us in the room. Just help out if it all goes tits up.
This
So
guy.
there's
It's the first sensible thing he's said all day.
You're not listening.
there is a risk element for us to try and get over here. Maybe just touch it, see what happens, and we'll chill out over here, and then
I picked the crystal.
Stuck.
Oh, big man,
Yeah.
can you help me pull this crystal out?
Maybe try light.
Oh, don't be the fucking thing. I tried light on it.
You cast light
Yeah.
on the crystal.
Yeah.
It lights up like the Strictly Come Dancing glitter ball trophy.
Fuck's sake.
Did we win?
Thanks, Corin.
The back wall opens up, and you see that there is a staircase that starts to descend into the darkness.
I see if Thorin will engage if I try and.
You're welcome.
That one needs to go. That one there needs to go with the collection of Muchie falling off his chair. That one.
You're welcome.
May I have this down?
Yeah, pull the rope back.
You leave us behind.
Okay, so how big is this gap we need to get across?
10 foot.
You can jump it.
How far can a D&D jump?
Ah, if I've got it, yeah, I've got it, haven't I?
The jumps
tell
are
you
actually
now.
really specific, aren't they? Right. They're weirdly weird.
I've got a sheet for it. It's okay.
You are a rogue. You have acrobatics for days. You can do it, Tavis Jonathan Edwards. Lovely, love it.
I, however, do not.
You could bamf into your ring, Mr. Thorin,
Bing bong.
and
I've
be
got
thrown over.
what is it? Acrobatics.
Every
or
time I go
athletic?
in
I've
there,
got.
bad things happen.
I do.
I get left
This
behind.
time,
So you
this
guys don't want me
time,
following you around?
but this time you could get into your ring, go into his pocket. You'll jump across, and then we'll go, Mr. Thorin, you can come out now, and then you'll be fine.
Or
got a
will
point.
we? Or will we?
Or do we leave the ring where it is and have a great day?
Throw it back in the room with the lasers.
As we go, bye, have a great time.
Let's see if we can find it. Going into the depths. You know what? Be easier on me.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to just try jumping, but it's like it's still it's a roll, isn't it?
Bye, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to shimmy across it, jump across?
So a. Uh, so you can cross. Hang on.
It says when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score,
score
not your
with a
modifier.
10-foot run up.
Yeah. So with the 10-foot run up, as an example, Isla would be able to jump a total of 12 feet.
So how far is this gap?
10.
I can't make it.
My strength score's 14. I can do it.
Thorin, see previous statement, and/or we will catch you.
We've still got the rope, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think I can jump it. I'll hold the rope this end, and that should help you.
Or just you jump it. Thorin can tie the rope around his waist, jump, and as he's in the middle of the air, we give him a tug.
Alright. Okay, I'll jump it. We can all hold the rope from the other end. If Thorin doesn't make it, we can pull him up.
Yes.
Or pull him off.
Yes.
Whichever.
With a hop, skip, and a Tavis.
Okay, I will jump this gap. Because Wizards says I can.
Is that a feature you've took, Jimbo?
It's a feature that comes as part of my subclass.
Right, you using that then?
Because
What feature is that?
we discussed that it was going to be introduced.
Ooh. Extras.
So yeah, you
That'd be a cool time to fucking introduce
you
it.
continue to feel the burning on your finger.
Okay.
A burning ring. You're getting ring sting.
Rings thing. What's life without whimsy? Let's take a risk. And I'll run and jump. And I'll see if I can jump across.
As you go to jump across, you feel that you're not going to make it. What's your strength score?
8.
8. And you see the 2 foot of gap as you start to fall. There is a searing pain from your ring on your finger, and you feel your momentum stop as you start to hover and drift across the gap. And where your concentration and your shock and you feel that you should be touching the ground, what do you do?
I look down in confusion. As I look down, I see that there's almost like a red aura around my legs, sort of like a genie's tail sort of thing. I just sort of float across until I get to the end of the bridge, and then
You reach the door before you manage.
And then I stand, and then I lower down onto the floor and look at everyone with confusion.
And as you do, you feel the heat off the ring subside. Not gone, but subside again.
How the fuck did you learn how to do that?
That's new.
Bitchin'.
Isla, as you're watching this in shock, as Tavis, you get ready to leap across the gap, you hear a scream. A female, by the sounds, coming from the stairs.
Down the stairs, further down
From
where
where that wall's open, the scream is now coming from below. That's Isla that hears that.
Guys, I hear some screaming from below. I think it's time to get a shimmy on, and I dash towards the open door.
Okay.
you
Tavis,
come in. I try and make the jump.
with a 14, just make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Fuck. Not right. 23.
Yeah, you sail across and not even a crumble, hardly even a sound as your elf feet make contact, running up towards the door. Is everyone following Isla?
Yeah.
What is it, Isla? What is it?
I hear screams.
It's not good.
Yeah,
You head down in a wide curve of stairs, and it takes you a little bit of time before you realise, Isla, that you're actually following the circumference, if you like, of the tower. The stairs are following that sort of distance and that sort of curve, and you are running for quite some time as you head down these stairs, just coming one after another, seamlessly with no end in sight. Dark passage, shallow steps, worn smooth over time. Suddenly, the stairs stop, and a room opens out before you. A passageway. It goes left, it goes right. You hear the scream again.
Left or right?
So you can hear it really from both, but mainly from the left.
To the left.
Heading to the left, you come into a room with a series of pillars and alcoves and bright, shining light. Sconces have been lit on the walls, which catch the abundance, mountains of gold laying in alcoves in piles, gold tumbling down gold. You look from one alcove to the next, and there is more gold than you've ever seen or even dreamt that you would see in your life. You head round one corner, another corner, until you come to what virtually is the middle of this twisted, almost labyrinth-like room of alcoves and pillars and gold. You're stepping on gold, there's that much. There's a small pile in the centre of this room, and you see and hear screams, and you look, and there is a small, dishevelled girl dressed in rags, bleeding from the ears and the nose, and she is screaming. And that's where we'll leave it for tonight. Cheers, everyone.
Jesus Christ.
Is
Thank
it
you,
now?
GM.
Sick, bruv!
Is it now?
Well,
You have to tune in next week for more, won't you?